Mystic ancient secrets can all be answered when you ask the mystic access guru. That is I, the great exalted one. I have come across 3 astral projections through the god plane in the hero metamorphosis to give you the knowledge you deserve.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Icy Spin. Hey, Lisa. So, I was just thumbing through shit and saw this. And, yeah, about an hour ago, started about an hour ago. I was playing a game, so I didn't see it. But, yeah, let's watch it. He's a Roger Ledwell review. So,
Let's rock and roll, guys. Huge deceiving out there, guys. Huge.
yeah, you're a lying sack of shit, Mikey. Yes, huge deceiving.
Let's rock and roll, guys. Let's rock and roll. Yes. Okay, we got to get the live stream going here. I'm just going to show what goes on the other side of the truth group. And we'll just let you guys watch it and listen. We're going to watch and listen and pay attention to Roger Ledwell's live stream. Absolutely, folks. Again, I guess I'm doing something wrong by going out there and educating people and
But you're not doing that, Mikey. You're annoying people and you're lying to people.
doing the work in relation to the stars when I've got people do not like the truth. I don't know why they're not honest. You can answer that to me. And no, I was not. Why would I, if I made up another YouTube channel name, why would I use the same name? Why would I watch Roger Ledwell's live stream in the first place? Nothing happens. They just, all of them sit there behind their thumbnails and give their opinion on a stupid video.
Right, that's all you do, Mikey. You stand behind your thumbnails and you give your idiotic opinion on bullshit and lie to people. You're the same thing, Michael or Mikey. Hey, Lisa. Oh, I said hello. Sorry.
Let's review the footage, okay? And then they make some wonderful comments about me. How much of a wonderful person I am, how I go out there and do all the wonderful street activism. I do laser tests, record the stars, the firmament. I let the world know that I'm out there, and that the world that let's.
You let the world know how fucking how idiotic you are, Mike. That's what you do. Hey, Westside. You let the world know how fucking stupid you are. How dishonest you are, Mikey.
Let the world know that it's flat.
How mentally unbalanced you are.
Or we can just sit behind our thumbnails. I'm sorry.
What a simpleton. He just laughs at everything. I mean, that's what a simpleton does. That's what someone who's mentally deficient does. Just laughs at everything. Hey, bench thinker.
I'm sorry that this bothers you, but it doesn't bother me that you talk about me. I don't care. I don't care. I know who I am as a person.
Hmm. So you realize that you're a lying piece of shit. And if it doesn't bother you, why are you doing this video, Mikey?
And no, I do not have any mental instability.
Yes, you do. All flat earthers do. Yes, you have a mental instability, Mikey. You're fucking insane. You're mentally challenged.
Not even close. I am not the one high or doing drugs or drinking or whatever it is all of you guys do, but that ain't me. Hello? I'm just.
We can fast forward through this shit.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? We're going to go through the steps here. We're going to explain things. First of all, Canada, we don't have guns.
Canada doesn't have guns? Are guns legal in Canada? Yes, guns are legal in Canada, but they're heavily regulated. Canadians can own firearms provided they obtain a federal firearms license, pass rigorous background checks, and complete mandatory safety courses. You're a fucking liar, Mikey. You're a piece of shit liar.
Canada is a wonderful country. Canada has rights, okay? Are you getting this?
Is one of those rights the right to own a firearm?
The federal police and the city police, our RCMP police, in multiple cities and towns know who I am.
Oh, I'm sure they do, Mikey. I'm sure they do. I'm sure you're on some sort of list.
I have their support. They ask me
No. No, you don't.
questions. They want me to teach them, the police, about flat earth. I have recorded it.
No, they don't. No police organization on this fucking planet wants you to teach them about flat earth, Mikey. You're a lying piece of shit, Mike.
This is not a theory. Hey guys, get off your
God, what a pathetic fucking liar. He'll just lie about everything, won't he? Just anything.
lazy asses out of your lazy boy chairs. I'm trying to say something here. Anyways, I don't care, guys. I've got some questions for a few people. They know who they are. Why are you supporting Globies? Why are you supporting Globies?
Why are you lying, Mikey?
You flat earthers, at least that's what you call yourself. What? Tell me something, okay? Well, no, I don't tell me something. Go do something. Guys, I'm sorry that I'm not like you. I don't do drugs. I have never drank a day in my life. I don't smoke. I don't do that shit. I'm very clear, very clear. Just clear like the beautiful air that we breathe in the Amazon. Okay? I'm sorry now that Harmon Walker has recorded the stars. Actually, not him, but Justin Johnson has. And Jim Suck My Anus recorded the stars. And these are like two people that are like way over there. They don't like the truth. They don't like flat earth. They don't agree with the firmament, even though it's easily documented. And I'm sorry, man.
Hey, Sour Pounder.
You guys are hilarious. Why am I being bashed for doing the work?
You're being bashed because you're a piece of shit liar, Mikey. That's why you're being bashed.
Why am I being bashed for doing the work? There's got to be at least 10% of the 1 million people in this province that know who I am. That's not an exaggeration, folks. These are statements that I had to write down from other people telling me. Remember, these aren't just my opinions. These are other people's opinions. Remember, I get other people to talk to me, and they give me statements. They call me the GOAT, not me. That was their suggestion. And guess what? Yeah, I called Creaky impotent. What does that fucking matter? He said I was high. Obviously, I'm not. Obviously, he's not impotent. But does that mean I just sit here and take his bullshit? Of course, you guys can't take any bullshit because you hide behind your imaginary thumbnails on your live streams.
You rage quit, Mikey. You rage quit. You lied about Creaky Blinder and then you rage quit like a little bitch.
Gahunas. You ain't got any, okay? I'm sorry this bothers you, okay? Look, I'm good. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. It's good, okay?
What a pathetic fuck.
Okay, so remember, the federal police know me. They have my phone number. I have their number, okay? It's wonderful to have the RCMP backing me up. They're not backing you up, Mike. Again, shut your mouth, do the research, and then come back and make a comment, okay? Remember, I'm doing.
So, what do you have in there? A note that says, Dear people, we back Mikey up. Signed, the federal police's mom. Is that what your note says?
The work. Does that bother you? Yes, of course it bothers you. I'm going to the city of 250,000 people tomorrow to wake up at least a good portion of that city tomorrow, because there is huge pavilions going on in the city. Ethnic pavilions where you can go and eat different foods and get entertained. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people are going to these. I think my buddy told me that at least 50,000 people go to these sites, okay? These vendors, these pavilions, whatever you want to call them. Okay? I don't understand it, actually. I have a busy life too. And guess what? If I did have a family, the entire family would know that the earth is flat.
Your entire family would disown you, bitch.
Because why? Because I'd have my car parked out in front of our house. And when I picked up my children from school, I would have the billboard on
No woman will fuck you, Mikey. How are you going to get children?
the roof of my car. Okay? That's me. You do you, and I'll do me. You go smoke your weed and get drunk every weekend, okay? Especially at the end of the month. That's the favorite time to get drunk. Okay. So now that you've got only 30% of your brain cells left, let's try to continue on with the stream, okay? Again, if people would shut up about me and actually do something, I wouldn't have to do these streams. I'm good. I'm focusing on what I need to do, record the stars. We are going to talk about Venus again. Again, trust me, guys. Some of these so-called truthers are not real truthers. You're not thinking. Some of these people have contacted me and tried to get me to go the other way. These are truthers doing this to me. You don't know the full facts. I wake up every morning with an abundance of emails. I've had to change my number 3 times in the last 2 years due to the harassment. Texts, voicemails. I don't even check my voicemails. Emails, whatever it is. Damage to my car.
So you've had to move because of emails. Is that what you're saying, Mikey? You had to move from a physical location because of emails. Something that has absolutely nothing to do with your physical location. God damn, you're a dumb fuck.
I don't have my original car anymore due to some of the damage that has been done to my car.
And who's to blame for that, Mikey? Who's to blame for you pissing everyone off in your town?
And things stolen from me.
I mean, people warned you, man. Everyone warned you not to piss everyone off in your town or else they're going to retaliate. You asked for it, Mikey.
Me. Again,
Yeah, he gives out his fucking telephone number, his address. He gives this shit out and then he's surprised.
I have the right to talk about the harassment that I get 24 hours a day. And if I need to protect myself from the bullshitter Americans who are harassing me all the time, creating problems for my life, I am going to contact the borders, okay?
The borders?
I have a right to protect myself, unlike these fucked up Americans. Thank you very much. Go masturbate with your flags. Please go do that.
See, it's comments like that that get you harassed, Mikey. It's comments like that.
It's absolutely disgusting that even some of these Christians who are globies attack innocent people. They are not Christians. They are devil worshippers, okay?
Oh, are they?
I am allowed to protect myself. And again, if you swung at me, you'd be down in a millisecond.
Oh, is that what you think, Mikey?
And I do not have psychological problems.
But you said you had a learning disability. That's considered a psychological problem, Mikey. So you're lying about your learning disability?
Problems are you. When you decide to prove me wrong without doing this, we can talk.
We have, Mikey. Everyone's proven you wrong. Curious UK Debunks, who's in your live chat instead of mine, has proved you wrong. Everyone who proves you wrong, who comes on your show, you kick them off because they hurt your feelings.
Okay, we'll compare my resume with this, I guess.
You don't have a resume, Mikey. You've got out of focus, fucked up pictures. That's not a resume.
Because you ain't got one. Okay? Unbelievable. We're going to go over Roger Ledwell's stream soon. How they are trashing me. I just want people to give me the truth and the honest truth. And they can't do that for you folks. Okay? Again, if you want bullshit, go watch other channels. We've got I mentioned that people Old Wives Lake. I have done a mirror reflection test on that lake, 16 kilometers across, 10 miles. There was no 60 feet of curvature. Okay, this is what I do. I don't talk.
You don't measure curvature in miles, dumb fuck, or feet.
I go do. Okay? I've done laser tests. You know what I've done. The East Indian communities are aware that the earth is flat. They are listening and hearing me. They are open to listening to the truth.
What a dumb fuck.
So if somebody swings to punch me, am I just supposed to stand there? I don't know. I don't know what is this? Seriously.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Mikey. He's probably got that retard strength.
And I will repeat this again. If
He's got that strength that kills all the rabbits. Kills all the rabbits. Oh, I just want to hug the rabbits, but they all die.
I made up another YouTube name to go onto someone else's channel, why would I use the same name?
Because you're not smart, Mikey. You're a dumb fuck. That's why.
Let's get some more beer into the brain and fuck it up.
You're not smart at all, Mikey. Dumb people do things like that.
I guess, right? Why would I even come close to writing my name again? Why would I do that? If I'm going to go do something bad, I'm going to present myself as it is? No, I'm going to wear a mask. Maybe wear a wig so people don't know who I am. Why would I show up as I am? Guys, like seriously, man. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
You certainly don't.
I have had police drive by me and put on their rear flashing lights, saying thumbs up to me as they're driving by. Again, here comes the excitement, and here comes, oh, Mike, you're making me feel so depressed. I wish I could do what you do, Mike. Seriously, I want this to come to an end, but people keep blabbing and blabbing.
I mean, he really is. He's really convinced himself that he's better than everybody, hasn't he? Jesus fucking Christ.
Blah, 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 blah.
What a fucking
and they're
clown.
agreeing with Globies. They're helping Globies. Oh, Mike said this about Vlad. You know what? We had a good live stream the other day, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But yet you guys keep ramping it up a little bit there.
See, he's proving how much he doesn't care.
You know how you
Hilarious.
can ramp it up? By going out and telling people the earth is flat. You've got your boyfriend group there on your platform. 3 or 4 people there. Again, answer me. If you're going to reply to this live stream, you explain to me what you're doing on your platform. Well, we're all doing it our own way, Mike. Sorry. Nobody knows about your stream. Nobody knows you're a flat earther.
Yes, you have 5 people watching you, Mikey.
Half this town already knows who I am just by today. I'm just stating what I do, which is lots of things. So, mention all that. Why are you defending Globies? Why are you defending Globies?
This is an interesting thing here. Just a second.
So I'm absolutely convinced that they're messing.
So this is that dumb fuck Jay Tolly reacts
With time. Okay, let me show you something.
Let me fix it. Hold on.
I set this clock when the time changed. I had to move it back, right? So it's 11:45, almost 46, right?
Right. So it's a wall clock, right? That you have to manually set.
Now, let me show you something. These clocks I set to the same time, 11:45, almost 46.
All right. Another clock you have to manually set, unless it's has internet access.
But when I look at the time on my iPhone, let me see if I have another. Here, use my other phone. Look at this. 23:52.
Right. So you set your wall clock and your microwave clock to the wrong time.
7 minutes off. And that's within a matter of 6 months. Look at this. 45, 45, 45. Why would I go out of my way to set all these 7 minutes off? I wouldn't do it.
Because you're a dishonest piece of shit, man. That's why. You're a liar.
I wouldn't.
You're a grifter.
52. I would do it, maybe 10 minutes, but I would do it ahead. Why would I want to be late everywhere I go? Answer me that.
I just did. You're a lying sack of shit. That's why. You're a grifter. You make money off lying to people. And he even asked me in a comment, "Nah, dude, why would I get a ladder and reset my clock for a video?" Because you're a liar.
Again, people making their own assumptions about me by not even knowing who I am.
Oh, we know who the fuck you are, Mike. You're a lying piece of shit. That's what you are. That's who you are.
Or never meeting me in person.
We don't have to meet you in person, Mikey. We can see what you are on your videos.
I am so confused.
Yep, you certainly are.
But hey.
And you have no desire to not be confused. Hey, Curious UK.
I would be upset too if I didn't feel good about myself. I was drinking constantly, doing drugs. Oh, fuck. Why not? Why not just jump off the building next time you're there? If you don't like your life, don't blame me for it. Okay? I'm good who I am. I'm absolutely wonderful. I love how I look. I love the energy, the power I have when I'm out. I have tons of confidence, more confidence than you would even believe of or know of. It's very sad to see people out there who are very depressed. I can't help you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. Maybe you should go talk to a psychiatrist. Maybe you don't have enough big enough kahunas to even do that. I don't know. I can't help you. Sorry, I can't. Okay? All as I can tell you is the honest truth. And that's why my subs keep going up. And I'm sorry, man. We need to talk about Venus for a few seconds here. DJ, good to see you there. We got Lightning. Tarot, I agree with you 100%. Again, Harmon talks. He doesn't show you anything. I saw with my little eye Venus that looked like the moon. Okay, well, I saw a purple flying elephant today. I can't show it to you. I never recorded it, so I guess you're just going to have to believe me, okay? When they record the supposed crescent, they're not looking properly. They're not questioning things. That is the top of the star. Okay? Only I know this because I know what the fuck stars look like. It is not a ball, and it doesn't go into a crescent shape. Where's the rest of the so-called ball? If you assume that it looks like the moon, where's the rest of Venus? Where is it? You're recording the top of the star. It could be at the sideways because it's already, if you could ever record it straight north or up or closer to you, there is no up. All the stars are up. I mean closer to you due to perspective. Which way would that crescent shape be on Venus? Correct.
Venus isn't a crescent, you retard.
The crescent shape would look like this.
I mean, retard is a good title for this guy. I mean, if anybody deserved to be called a retard, it's Mikey.
And as it goes to the western sky, you see it like this. Oh,
Hey, Cygnus.
It looks like the crescent moon. Ooh. Oh, yeah? Where's the rest of the damn star? There should be more star here. But it's not a solid object. When Harmon's co-worker recorded it, it's not a crescent, folks. He recorded the star when it was sideways. You want to know why they're not questioning things? Because they don't give a flying fuck. There was people that I've seen before. They were trying to switch me over, telling me that the firmament does not exist.
To what? Thorazine?
Actually, it does. I'm sorry, but it does. Okay? I'm not stupid. Don't assume I'm.
Yeah, you are, Mikey. You're fucking dumb. You're dumb as shit, Mikey. Hey, Lindsay. You're a dumb fuck, Mikey. You're stupid. You're retarded. You're uneducated. You're idiotic. You prove it.
I'm stupid. I know things that you don't. Does
No,
that
you
bother
don't.
you?
No, you don't. And you're so fucking retarded, you block people who prove you wrong, who offer you help. All I've done, Mikey, is offer you help, offer to send you a Badenoff mask so you can make sure your fucking camera's in focus. But you blocked me for that, Mikey. You're a coward. You're a feckless, retarded fucking coward.
And I have nothing against Vlad. You guys need to get this shit out of your tiny little skulls, okay? I have nothing against Vlad. We met in Vegas. Everything was totally fine, okay? So you guys get your shit out of your head and let's just move on. Let's become truthers, actual, real, honest.
He calls himself a truther. I love it. He lies his ass off all the fucking time and he calls himself a truther.
Truthers,
What a
yes.
pathetic
And
fuck.
Maria Walker, hey, what's up, girl? I have nothing against you. I'm sorry that maybe some other people or Vlad had mentioned some things that made you upset with me in some ways or another. I have no idea why. But why don't you make your own judgment on me if you ever meet me in person, instead of letting somebody else make that decision for you? I am bending over backwards for truth and for flat earth, putting myself out in public to get harassed every single time I go out there.
Yeah, that's not how it works, Mikey. You can't make yourself a martyr. Sorry, pal. I mean, and what a fucked up thing to die on. What a fucked up hill to die on. Oh, I get harassed because I care too much. Fuck off. What a clown.
And I get shit on for it. I have no idea why.
Because you're a lying asshole and you harass everybody, Mikey. You treat everyone like shit. And you're a liar. That's why you get the business.
But there's got to be something wrong with those people out there who keep saying that I'm doing the wrong thing. Very, very odd, very strange. So let's move on. So, Venus, you got to do more research on Venus. Sorry. Oh, well, there's phases. Okay. Explain where the rest of the moon is. Okay. Or Venus. Show me where the rest is. That's the crescent, okay? So where is the rest of the star all over here? What is Venus? Is it a solid rock? Is it a ball? Tell me what shape Venus is. You tell me what it is, and I'll show
I don't know. Fucking Google it, retard. Fucking Google it. I mean, goddamn, man.
you what it's going to look like.
Why are you asking strangers on the internet to give you facts?
There is some kind of a ring vortex. Oh, this pen. If you focus, you can.
I mean, he said, "Why do people watch me? We watch you to see you get the. We watch you to see if you're going to get the living shit beat out of you, Mikey. That's the only reason to watch you. You offer nothing other than fucking entertainment. That's all you offer. You offer no truth. You have nothing but lies. The only reason people watch you is for the same reason that people watch a fucking car race. They don't care who wins. They want to see a wreck.
See some other stuff in there. I drew it very lightly, but you're seeing the top of the star, right? You see that crescent there, that thick line in the middle? So if it was ever possible to record it above your head, it would look like this. I will guarantee you that. If you would ever record it as a 5-10 minute long video, you would see Venus moving through the sky like this, just like all the other stars. So that crescent shape would just eventually be going like this. But we only see it in a very small section of the sky for very short periods of time. But again, you guys know that already, right? High five. All right. Moving on to the wonderful, the fantastic Roger Ledwell. We're going to check him out here. Do I have the live stream ready? Yes, I do. Okay, so let's go check out the numero uno of all flat earthers out there. Roger Ledwell, Roger Ledwell, Roger Ledwell. Woo! Where are the balloons? The confetti falls from the ceiling. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Oh, fuck, I keep doing that. Okay. Share your damn screen, Mike. Let's get the process going. And if anybody wants to come in, we will put the link in there. Maybe DJ wants to have a chit chat. I have no idea, but okay, here we go, fogies.
Right. And you can see the boat, and he's claiming that the boat will disappear. Well, of course it will. You can't see forever just because you're zoomed in. I mean, how much word sorcery can we handle? And these people just going against it. Is it physical or is it optical? Make up your damn mind, because it sure seems to me and everybody else in this world that the horizon moves hour to hour, day to day. It moves. It rises with the observer.
Don't get it. Happy birthday would be a super chat. You know, like a $50 super chat would be really cool.
Show your love, Wes.
Yeah. I've already had people send me stuff for my birthday already, and I don't want anything, man, to be honest with you.
What's your cash app?
Oh, God. JJ.
Well, I don't want to do super chats because YouTube sucks ass.
Okay, I'll put it back. Well, if I put it back here, I think Wes will grab it, wouldn't he?
Just DM it to me.
I will. I'll just put it. I'll take the link from my Cash App on the phone and I'll mail it, text it to you. You can get it from your phone, can't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you really want to stop using super chats, I think I'm going to start collecting them as soon as it hits $100. So.
Yeah, I'd rather have you get it than YouTube.
Well, yeah. Well, YouTube only gets 30% of that, and it looks like they're giving me all the AdSense money. I get they're not taking anything off it. So, but it's not a lot. It's like cents on the dollar for whatever ads go out there. It's that. So I'm just taking action. Like, yeah, Mikey, don't threaten to call the police on people. That's stupid. You're stupid at lower levels. You have their kids taken away. You know, they're retarded. No, just demonstrate the truth to people, and that's what I've been doing. And
to just a few people, by the
No, you don't. No, Roger. Sorry.
way. What is there? Oh, yeah, 1 and 2. Oh, shoot. There's only 2 people there. To everyone. What does he mean, everybody?
Josh Monday, get off the shill wagon if you don't know what a shill is. This is me taking action. This stuff I saw, like, I gotta say something, you know? I can't.
I just want to make a note, too, that I've driven all over North America and Western Canada, by the way, too. I'm just saying what I've done. I'm not saying that you have to, but I'm stating what I have done. Driven to Will Duffy's church and put flat earth pamphlets on there, on the doors, all the way from Canada.
Can't let it slide. It's just, the public are going to see this stuff. Making flat earthers look bad, dude. That's all you're doing.
They're trying.
I don't calling the police for anything, bro.
Yeah. Unless somebody's coming after you physically, yeah, then.
No, I mean, it's my responsibility to protect myself, man.
Yeah.
There's no situation that government can't make worse.
Yeah, and calling the police usually ends up with people going to jail for no real reason at all.
Or people, I mean, terrible things happen, right? People lose their lives, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine calling the police on somebody for some minuscule shit, like what are you talking about? Whether or not a boat goes over a curve. I mean, police do go to welfare checks and end up killing the people when they show up. That happens.
Yeah. So that's. But I mean, I get in Canada that the rules are different up there. People are more apt to sue people and call the police than actually sort things out themselves. They're like they're.
Mikey's got the police on speed dial.
Oh, yeah, he does, man. I don't get it, man. It's like the police aren't always going to help you, dude. They're going to make things worse.
No, that would be in the United States of fuck America. No, we have a lot of police here that respect their citizens. Again.
Yeah, and the United States as well. I'd say 99% of the policemen in the United States respect the citizens.
A theory. I don't do theories, Mr. Roger Ledwell.
I was trying not to blame Canada for Mikey. You know what I'm saying?
I know. But I mean, like, and I'm not saying anything bad about Canadians. This is like, call the Mounties and they'll take care of the problem, right? I get that a lot of the people, when it comes to Mikey himself, he more quick to.
Oh yeah. By the way, if anybody didn't know, if everyone didn't know, hey, U.S. Editor, Mikey threatened to call the border patrol, the border guard in Canada, on Creaky Blinder because Creaky said that boats go over the horizon.
Get the authorities involved and everything. Then
Creaky hurt his feelings, so he threatened to call the border patrol on him. So I have no idea what that's going to do to a person living in Wales.
Take care of things themselves.
Hey guys, go watch Roger Ledwell. Give him your support.
I wouldn't say that about all.
He is a wonderful flat earther. Go give him your support. You notice all these guys that are on his chat? Yeah, I'm just kind of curious what they're doing.
All people in Canada. No.
But hey, Roger brought this on. Okay. I was totally fine until a couple of hours ago. So if people want to keep talking about me, then go ahead. I'll talk about them. Not a problem. I would.
Cool. So you've given us permission to talk about you. Good.
Prefer to go out and wake up the public. That's what I would prefer to do.
Does, man. Notice, pay attention, man. What he do with Vlad? He reported him, you know.
That's crazy, dude. That's for me, that's enough for me to write you off. Like,
yeah, that's enough for me to write you off too, Matt. You don't do shit, man. I don't even know who the hell you are. You damn Santa Claus thumbnail there. I don't know what the hell that is. Is this Santa Claus I'm talking to, or what's the deal? Well, how many people have you talked to about Flat Earth, by the way, Mr. Matt?
As a person, you know, like, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Good. Go away. Go figure out how your anus works, and maybe you can talk to Jim about that. But yeah, I'll just keep moving on, waking up the province of Saskatchewan, and we'll go from there. Thanks for the suggestion there, Matt. Matt the Tat.
You know, to be honest, I don't even like to be mean about Mikey because I really think he's
I
the
think
R word. You know, he's got a.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's got health issues or something because that can't be normal.
No, I think you would have health issues because you're not normal because you don't give a flying fuck about truth. 1,000,000%. None of these three people here that you see give a flying fuck about truth. They will never show you the honest truth and their enthusiasm towards truth. Absolutely never. Yes, that's right. We have freedom of speech here in the wonderful country of Canada. Fuck, I love Canada. Don't you, DJ New Moon? Canada is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, man.
No, he actually does have health, but he has diabetes. I don't know if it's a
I'm
mental
talking like psychological.
You've got psychological problems there, buddy.
No, you're drunk.
Mr. JJ, who is dishonest about recording stars.
Mental problems, apparently. I don't know. I'm no doctor.
Good for you here. Yeah. And I think Dick's from Canada.
Yeah, that's why I talk about the Canadians, because we got some great Canadians in here.
Yeah, we do.
But damn, dude, get your countrymen in check.
Yeah, get real Mikey in. There's something wrong with it.
Yeah, we don't call police. We call paramedics.
Yeah.
Yes. That's hilarious. I'm going to start calling the paramedics then. Yeah, can you go pick up JJ? He's got some delusion and he's not honest with people. Oh, and then they'll say, "Oh, well,
I don't think that's what he meant there, Mikey. I don't think that's what he meant at all.
that's not a health risk. Being doesn't care about things. Well, oh, fuck, fuck, go away, just go away."
We don't dial 911 around here.
And if it's
Yeah, you just shoot people. That's what the Americans do. You just shoot people, whether they're living an honest life or not.
real bad, just in the corner.
And you also shoot and kill children in other countries, and you bomb innocent children. What the fuck
See, that's the government that does that, Mikey. That's not the American people.
is up with the United States of America? They could care less about other countries.
You know what I'm saying? Like something went real south.
Yeah, I think Mikey's not Mikey, but Wes is taking off. Let's see. No, D-Man's here though. I didn't see him sneak in. Who is that? D-Man for real? Hey, D-Man.
I'm learning.
How are you?
You
Wesley
learned it
took
real
off.
good.
Yeah. Holy shit! Did you see that? Yeah, and Harmon's up here. Look at this.
Wow.
All right, we got a
This
whole
is-
gang.
You've got a whole gang of people doing nothing right now.
This is great. This is like old.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
like,
this is great. We're all at the coffee shop fighting the war against the other country, but shit, man, we're gonna lose.
This is like the the day the old timers day at the home.
Yeah, I would agree with that. At the home, at mental home. They get to see things about me, so I'll see things about them.
All playing checkers, sitting around talking about people. God damn, that Mikey's back at it. I'm making a fool out of
God
it.
damn it, that JJ.
Yeah, that damn Mikey, he's out there doing street activism again. Damn it, what the fuck? We got to control that guy.
For all his fancy voices.
Yeah.
What's up, Harmon?
Not
Hey,
much, sir. Just yeah, I just want to let you know. I know Mike listens to all this stuff. I told him I'm never talking to him again, so I'm not going to. But he put a video out again yesterday about me. I've never said nothing about his serious picture, but I did.
Yes, you have. Hey, Lightning, he has mentioned many, many times about my Venus picture. Remember, it's not a picture, Harmon. It's a video.
Definitely say something about his Venus picture, and he keeps promoting it. Yesterday, put a 5-minute video out because he's mad at me still. And
Jim's is not a picture of Venus, too. You know that already.
no, that the one Jim has, that is Venus.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm being rhetorical. I'm not rhetorical.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's not a pit. Yeah. That's not what everybody else in the world gets. Only somebody else gets it, and they denied him and Sam, and they made themselves look what they are during that live stream, right, JJ?
I can't
Got
listen
that
to
right.
Sam. I just can't do it.
Sam, yeah.
Just
Mirror MDD. What are they doing? They're not live. Why? We got. Okay, that's on at 6. Yeah, I guess we could. We're done with Mikey. What a dipshit. Is this the guy that debated MC Toon recently?
straw man to flat Earth, but a complete 180 from the arguments either cause made before TFE. Alan and Shane have led their community to believe that this method yields flat Earth measurements, and these sheep do not notice they are being psyoped because they believe this is helping flat earthers. The flat Earth model doesn't treat the stars' visible positions as their actual positions. If we did treat the stars as being in their true positions, we would believe, like the Globers, that the stars appearing to set is due to them actually dropping down below the horizon. No real flat earther believes that the stars drop in elevation. The celestial sphere we see around us is similar to a gigantic lens that distorts objects as they get farther from you, making everything appear to converge at the horizon limit. For years, the Ether Cause community, control-opt by Alan, Shane, Whitsitt, and Toby, agreed that these celestial bodies were all in apparent positions that you can't.
So that gives you a little preview. Hey, Karen.
There it is. All right, guys, welcome back to Modern Day Debates. Tonight we got another Flat Earth versus Globe debate for you guys. Before we get started, just want to remind everyone, you know how it is. Like that video, subscribe if you're not, and then get your tickets to DebateCon 8 in Dallas, Texas, July 25th and the 26th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got a handful of those tickets left. It will sell out probably by the end of this month, 100%, because the month of the debate is usually you're buying secondhand tickets off of friends. So that being said, we're going to turn it over to Daryl to get it started. We're going to do 5 to 10 minute openings, 60-minute open dialogue, and then 30-minute Q&A. So we're going to start as soon as Daryl starts talking. I believe you have to share your screen, right? And just to remind everyone, this is Daryl Lee Berry Jr. And then we got Q up here representing each of their sides, hopefully to the best of their abilities tonight. Let's do it. Here we go. Daryl, starting your time right now.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. I'm Daryl Lee Berry Jr. A few of you probably know me from being here a few years ago. Nice to be back. Needed a little break. At the moment, I'm considered a early career scientist. I just learned recently I'm a graduate student in physics. My concentration is astrophysics and cosmology. I have a bachelor's in physics and a bachelor's in astronomy. So that's a bit of my background in in science and my interest in science. So today I'll be talking about just a few simple things to get everything started. The measurement of the Earth, something I did myself. Viewing the Earth from space. I always like to talk about the astronauts, especially since now we have a new space mission with Artemis, and also the South Pole and distances and sunsets. So those are the three things I'll talk about, just a few slides. So to start with, measuring the Earth. This is something that I did a few years ago. I actually also taught this to my astronomy lab that I led this last semester. So it was about, over a dozen people did it as well, got similar results. So the idea is the way I measure the Earth, similar to Eratosthenes. I'm sure if you've been listening to this conversation, you've heard of it before. The idea is that we can get an arc length across the surface of the Earth just from distances on the Earth. We have the subsolar point, which I have labeled as S. And we have A at the time when I did the experiment. I was living in Austin. That's what the A stands for. And the idea is that we utilize the rays from the sun to determine an angle that we can utilize to get the angle in the center of the Earth, given the curvature of the Earth. So the way it works is we know that the sun is very far away. There's a few ways to determine that. One of the ways that I haven't really seen mentioned before that I wanted to discuss was looking at the shadow on the moon. So this is a picture that I took in one of our sort of outing events at college where we bring our telescopes out and just point them at things in the sky. People could come and take a look. And I took my camera and attached it to the telescope and took a picture of the moon. Another thing about this is a lot of flat earthers are deluded into believing that the moon makes its own light, but you can see that there's shadows in the craters and things like that. But one thing you can notice is if you're ever looking at the moon and looking at the line of the shadow, and you see where the sun is in the sky, you can see that the line or the angle of the sun versus shadow side of the moon points to the sun as being very far away. You know, on the celestial sphere, you can see the sun here, seemingly next to the moon, but the shadow shows that the sun has to be very far away. So that's one way you could look at the sun and look at the moon and see, even if you can't determine exactly how far away it is, you can see that the sun is very far away. And being that the sun is very far away, the rays from the sun are pretty much parallel. So basically, I use some measuring devices, very simple measuring devices to get the angle theta. When I got the angle theta, you could use some simple trigonometry to get the angle alpha according to the parallel rays of the sun and the position that I'm at the Earth. That angle is also alpha at the center of the Earth. And then simply utilize the arc length, which is the distance between my location and the subsolar point, to get the radius of the Earth. And if anybody's not clear on it, the subsolar point is simply the point where the sun is directly overhead, where if you set something vertically on the ground, it won't cast a shadow because the sun's rays will be going right on top of that object. So just doing this simple math, after that calculation, I got that value for the radius of the Earth. And then get the circumference. It's just a bit shy of the official value. And you can see more details on that on my site right there. So that was a fun thing to do. Outputs the circumference of the Earth given these circular sort of equations that, equations for a circle and a sphere outputs that. Another thing is simply to view the Earth from space. So the image that I'm showing right there, the video is from the Himmerari 8 satellite, one of my favorite satellites. And it takes a picture, it scans the Earth every 10 minutes and takes a full body picture of the Earth, given how far away it is in space. And you can actually go there and see some of the images. One of the ways you can verify this for yourself is I found this interesting person online who lives on that side of the planet. And what he did was he got several Himmerari pictures and simply looked at his sky where he's at and was able to match his environment that he can see with the pictures from space. And so that's an interesting video to watch. It's a link if you want to check it out. And there's also other things I've noticed as well. That's there was a large explosion on Earth that was seen from space and other things. But that's easy enough. And of course, if anybody wanted to, they could travel to Australia, that side of the planet. There's a Japanese satellite, so they're looking at that side of the Earth, and confirm that the view of the sky matches what we see from the satellite. Another one, like I said, I like mentioning the astronauts, and there was the recent Artemis mission. What this guy did after creation, he actually tracked and found and took video and images of Artemis from Earth while it was in space. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I decided not to put the video in for this one, but that's a video you can go ahead and pull up right there. And you can see him actually tracking the Artemis spaceship on his return from Earth. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you can actually, when they send these devices up into space, and I myself have actually seen the ISS through my telescope, you could actually look up and see these objects in space and see that they're there, and match it with their launch times and everything like that. And of course, they took pictures from space while they were there. Of course, we know they took pictures of the Earth. I like this picture because this is when the Artemis mission was rounding the moon. A picture of the moon from an angle that we don't see the moon from on Earth. Because of course, the moon is tightly locked to its face on the Earth from one direction all the time. So I actually gave this image as an extra credit assignment to the students in my lab. and it was able to identify locations on the moon from this vantage point and identify where in space the Artemis mission was at. So I thought it was a pretty fun exercise, and the professor that I was working under was appreciated that as well. You can go there to see that image. Another thing I wanted to highlight when I'm talking about the astronauts is the space to space call. I thought that was pretty cool. So reminds me of Star Trek, which I like. Last thing I'll talk about is the South Pole distances and sunsets. Of course, I have to mention the great Will Duffy. He did the flat Earth debunking experiment, the final experiment, and he did more damage to flat Earth in I guess it was only a few years, but it seemed like only a few months than a lot of people did in many more years. So I thought he was awesome. I think he did a great job. And this is just a video of the 24-hour sun, which a lot of flat earthers said is impossible, but a lot of them say that it's impossible to even go where they went, that we're forbidden from going. And as you can see, people went, they took a 24-hour video. There were already others there, but that comports with the globe. And I have a globe here I can show later. We could sort of point out where they were at on the earth and things like that. But the 24-hour sun can't happen on the flat earth. So looking at this diagram that the great MC Toon put together, he was highlighting the position of sunrise and sunset from Punta Arenas, where they were before they went to the Antarctica. And as you can see, the sun is going in a totally opposite direction. It's not going to have a 24-hour daylight where you can see the sun in the sky if the sun actually went around the earth like this. And another detail to point out is if you look at the sunrise and sunset from there, it actually puts a limit on the distance that sunlight can travel, right? Because the sun is going down and is becoming dark in Punta Arenas right at that point. So obviously that puts a limit on the length of sunrises, the length of, because I know some flat earthers say the sun can travel only, the light can travel only so long. Well, according to this, it'll be nighttime sometimes in Antarctica where it should be 24 hours. And the flat earth says it'll be 24 hours at a glance in North America and all those places because obviously the sun can travel that far since they saw the sunlight that far away in Punta Arenas. So that's what I had. Thank y'all for listening, and I look forward to talking about some of these things with QOP when we go into our actual discussion. And that's right about at 10 minutes.
All right, if you could stop sharing your screen now. Perfect. All right, guys, thank you for that opening there. QOP, we'll turn it over and start your time the moment you start talking. Whenever you're ready.
What is up? Can you hear me?
So what's the rebuttal going to be? But I really wanted to be flat.
Yep.
Cool. That was a lot of baseless assertions. I am very triggered. I have a lot to explain to him. This might take more. We might need more time. But yeah. Oh, and that was crazy that he played the Dave McKeegan video of that because that's like literally what I'm known for.
Hey, dude, you might want to change your letters to lowercase because if you have it in uppercase, it totally ruins the entire reason your channel is that. It's a what's a word? Let's see, I can't remember. What's a word that's spelled the same forward as backwards?
Palindrome. According to
Palindrome.
National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, NIH.
It's a palindrome. So your name is a palindrome. See, you got it in lowercase and neon, but when you put it in capital letters, it doesn't work. And it's a true palindrome too, because the Q, lowercase q, is a backwards P. So I mean, this is a true palindrome. Good going, but you just fucking ruined it by capitalizing it.
Debunking that specific video. But yeah, so I got an opener here. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not reading this. I wrote this down. What is up, MDD? My name is I am the flat earther that made Witsit Cry live on YouTube. You could see that clip if you check my channel. My channel is clickable in my name in the title. So my epistemological framework for knowing things is through empiricism, which is the view that experience is the primary source and only justification of knowledge. Most Globers, like Daryl here's framework is appealing to the ad hoc circular reasoning of their authorities because of their credentials or their own credentials, like Daryl, which he started his debate with. So my main argument is that the globe curvature rate was reverse engineered from an average rate at which sinking refraction causes bottom-up obstruction. And then, yeah, so as regards to the motion they claim to measure, all the instruments they use to detect Earth's motion require movement already started within the apparatus, such as a gyroscope, pendulum, Foucault's pendulum, and an interferometer. As regards to the interferometer, which is one of my favorite topics, before the fringe pattern was even first detected, they had a different prediction for how much of a phase difference there should be. So when they use a ring laser gyro now with an interferometer within it to claim they measure Earth's motion, not only is that laser needing to move in a vortexual motion within it to start with.
A vortexual motion within it? No?
But the effect measured is only predicted by the globe model after Einstein's ad hoc explanations for why it is less of a shift than there should be in the globe model. Nothing Einstein theorized helped us in any way other than fix the problems the globe model has. Also, fake. They claimed, he helped them figure out how to make nukes. I believe nukes are fake. I don't think you can split an atom. I don't believe atoms are particles. That's a different subject. I am spiraling. Within all the power lines that you have on your street, there are transformers. And within it, there's a little thing that spirals, a little coil. It's used for induction. And that's capturing the vortexual geometry within everything. There's, an apple. Apple is the perfect, this isn't an apple is like the perfect example of the toroidal geometry everywhere. Yeah, so
That's about the most retarded thing I've heard all day. And I've watched Mikey like do 2 streams so far.
Where was I? So within a transformer, you see this vortexual etheric geometry helping to induce electricity, and all these instruments that are shifting due to being put in a spiral motion to start with are doing so because of these motions matching the geometry of the magnetic toroid, allowing the ether to flow more and causing things like compasses to align, pendulums to precess, and interferometers to phase shift within this etheric inertial plane Earth, where depending where you are in the toroid, the vortexual motion of the heavens above cause many phenomena that many flat earthers are trying to rediscover now. So that's one of my so that's one of the easiest things to basically prove is that we're not moving. Obviously measuring the Earth to the extent at which they say the Earth curves, they only do optically, which we get into a debate or explanation to them of how optics works and how they're assuming light to be traveling straight for all these things, unless it doesn't comport with the globe model. But yeah, so measuring.
And another dumb fuck who doesn't know what a model is.
The non-motion of the Earth and the etheric motion of the sky is very easy to do. There's so many apparatus that you can do that with, and if you just look up the history of interferometry, which is something I'm kind of obsessed with now, I might make I will make one of my own interferometers at some point. There's like so many. There's within these debates we're going to talk about Michelson-Morley interferometry, because that's the one that they were looking for Earth's motion and they got a null result. And so I might make a different interferometer than that, because that one doesn't incorporate there's a couple that incorporate like a moving liquid alongside the lasers bouncing around the mirrors, which kind of
What? Which one?
adds its own effect, which they don't even understand. They don't incorporate it in any interferometers anymore. It was like an old school one, but it kind of showed that when they were first noticing the aberration of stars, basically having liquid within the telescope changed what you would see. And there's an interferometer experiment that furthermore proved that showing that the vortexual motion of water alongside lasers vortexual circuit around this interferometer track caused, the basically the expected etheric wave phenomena. So yeah, there's a lot of things that triggered me from your intro. Maybe we can start off by you addressing this question I have, which is what you asserted baselessly is how do you know the sun's light travels parallel?
Because of this. Because of this, dipshit. See, you can't get this without parallel sun rays, dumb fuck.
Are you gonna concede the rest of the time there, and we'll
We're
start
in
the
discussion now,
open
or
dialogue?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Awesome, guys. Well, those are the opening statements. Quick reminder to like the video. And one quick little ad read I got to do is if you are in or near LA and interested in a group debate on religion, sign up at the link in the description. James also wanted me to mention if you're in Phoenix or Vegas, go ahead and do that as well. Same link. Just throw your name in the hat. It's a great way to get started in the debate sphere, and it should be a lot of fun. So no hard feelings if you're not in those places, but you want to do it. It is what it is. We're going to get into the debate now. And if you want to start with answering his question or, whatever you guys want to get going, it is an open dialogue. So I'll start the timer and just be respectful to each other's time. Don't talk over each other. I don't want to have to do a mute back and forth, go to timed responses. That's no fun. All right, guys, we're getting started.
yeah, that sounds good. So, how we know the sun's rays are parallel, and I wouldn't say exactly parallel, but essentially parallel, because the sun is a sphere, so there is some divergence. But going back to my um, uh, intro, I mentioned how you can know that the sun is.
Well, if he said some divergence, what Q dipshit heard was this. That's some divergence. That's what he thinks.
Is very far away because the shadow and light line on the moon, the way it points, you can see the sun can't be right there. It has to be far away. Does that point come across clearly to start with?
Yeah, I'm already dying. How long does he get? Is this like completely open or does he get time each time?
Yeah, it's completely open. So, if you guys could just avoid cutting each other off too early. If you want to correct something, let them finish whatever they're saying and then give your correction and whatever counter statement you want to do. The whole thing. Answer a question before you ask a question. That's going to help things super smooth.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I mean, that's like exactly what I want to hear you say, like, because there's just baseless assertions and circular reasoning. Like, not even like there's a little circular reasoning. Most of what you just said is a baseless assertion. So I'm wondering how you know that the sun's
So this dumb fuck doesn't understand perspective.
light is traveling straight, because there's many models that can be made that are kinematically equivalent to explain how the shadows on the moon are like they are. So
No, not really.
do you know the sun's light is traveling straight? Like, no, not believe, not this model that they gave me that explains mathematically how the shadows are going to look depending on the distance of the sun, that they tell me, oh, it matches up. So, but that doesn't prove that to you. You have to, I mean, unless you don't understand that there's many theories that can match up with reality, and there's a scientific method used for like testing theories. I don't. So the part of knowing you would need to like do some type of experiment yourself, or have some other kind of like direct experience, but you didn't say how you know the sunlight is traveling straight.
All right. So I think the miscommunication we have.
I'm looking at his channel. This thing right here. And I'm not seeing any experiments based on the scientific method. None. Zero.
Right now is I was still in the middle of my explanation, but I was wanting to establish one of the foundations of my point. So that's why I had actually asked you. I pointed out the shadow line on the moon, and I said, "Do you understand? Or are you clear on how I'm saying that means the sun is very far away?" Like I'm still in my explanation, so that's why I didn't really get to the end yet, because I'm trying to build up to the conclusion. So I just want to know, are you clear on what I mean by that tells me that the sun is very far away?
Well, it doesn't tell you anything, right? It's just a shadow, right? You understand it. Like, let's pretend you don't believe what you believe, right? And we started figuring out what this reality was, and we looked at the shadows. You understand that there could be many explanations for why the shadows look like that, correct? Can you?
That's not my experience. What other
You can't
explanations
even
are there?
grant that. But I was saying, like, imagine there wasn't this whole government system, all these scientific communities, like industries, everything that you believe all set up. We were just like coming out of caveman times. Maybe we took some mushrooms and we looked at the shadows and we're like coming up with theories. There's lots of different ways that that shadow could get like that, right?
So I'm asking you to tell me.
So it's just a reworded Sav argument. Well, if no one had told you ever that the Earth was a sphere, how would you know? It's the same fucking thing.
What's like three of those different ways?
Let's say you're a caveman. Let's take it back to caveman days. Why? Why? We have 2,500 years of fucking science to rely on, you dumb fuck.
There's like infinite ways that light can hit that and create a shadow like that. You
So
can literally,
go
like,
ahead
just imagine, like,
and explain and expound and clarify one. Like go ahead and point out clearly how, other than just simply the sun being here and the moon being there, pick one and go ahead and actually
so
explain and expound upon it.
well, here's an example, right? If I'm not making a shadow right now, but let's say I was, right, with my hand.
Mhm.
Okay, my hand could be here and create this shadow, right? If I made my hand bigger and got farther or whatever, it would be the same shadow. If I had a projector that projected a shadow,
No, it wouldn't be the same size. Your shadow changes size depending on how far away your hand is from the wall. Did you think did you think it stays the same size?
of a hand, it would be the same shadow. If I had mirrors in a hand and like something that you don't see and the light is bouncing back and forth like 10 times or 1,000 times, there's infinite ways you can create a shadow the way you see it. Like,
Mhm.
I understand
Okay, so
why you
I see
can't.
where the misunderstanding is coming from. If I understand what you're saying, I agree with what you're saying. I can have this ball here and it makes a shadow, and I can have this ball here and it makes a shadow. You can have that ball at different locations.
Exactly,
All right,
so
so
my
we agree on that.
yeah,
This is the
so
point I'm making. Let me just be very clear about the point I'm making. Do you see this ball I have up in front of me right now?
yeah,
What would you say the light source is relative to this ball?
I mean your background,
A black hole?
your green screen thing is like making it come in and out, but well, there's a hot spot on that, which there isn't on the moon ever. That's another topic.
Why would there be? The moon isn't a glossy fucking object, dipshit. It has texture to it. There wouldn't be a hot spot, you fucktard.
Though. I would say it's coming from top left behind your computer.
Exactly right. The light is top left. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So we're
Okay,
not
but you
talking
could set
about
up.
at this point, we're not talking about whether the earth is flat or round. We're not talking about anything. I'm
I
just
got that. I
saying I
got that.
could look at the moon and I can
Yeah.
say the sun is that way.
Okay, I got it.
That's all.
So, but
So we
you
agree on that.
realize the only reason I was right is because you have a very simple lighting setup in your room. Let's imagine you were a weirdo and you had mirrors all
Right. We have one light source in our solar system. Why would there have to be more than one?
over your room. There's no way of knowing. I could guess a million times and never guess where the light's coming from. So you have to believe. See, this is the
Yeah, I could. I could.
important part, right? You have to trust that now.
The light is coming from up here. From this direction. coming down. You could tell that by that hot spot on the ball that you pointed out.
NASA astronauts have flown to space and verified this model. Other than that, we're just guessing at different explanations for what we see.
And they have. Yes, we've had dozens of people go into space and verify the model. Absolutely.
So I could agree with you that if I had a room with a bunch of mirrors, I might be able to set them up in some way to trick you as far as the location of the light source. Do you have any evidence of there being mirrors around the Earth?
It was just an extremely exaggerated example.
Do you have evidence of there being mirrors around the Earth?
It was an extremely exaggerated example.
He asked you to verify your fucking claim, not give you a exaggerated, non-existent example, dipshit. Do you not know how to fucking listen?
And give you my specific beliefs on like what I
No. I'm
Jesus
actually
Christ.
asking you this question. Do you have?
I mean, if he asks you, how do you get to the mall, and you say, well, I've got a puppy, and my puppy really likes dog food, and sometimes I give it a treat. Is that answering the question?
Evidence of there being mirrors around the Earth.
You don't understand what an example is? Like an example isn't my theory.
An example is a legitimate reason why something happens, dumb fuck. Jesus Christ, you didn't know how words work.
Do you have examples of there being mirrors around the Earth?
No, it's not my
Then
belief.
that example is pointless.
I could talk for an hour. I could come up with different ways that you could get light to create one type of shadow. I was just giving you an example.
You can.
But he asked you for one example, and you gave some bullshit that you don't stand by.
Just like with the mirror thing.
You're harping on this example. You want me to
thing.
prove the example? This is crazy that you're actually don't.
He can't prove any example, and he knows it.
The point is that just like with the mirror thing, if you say, well, it could be this, then present evidence. If there's no evidence that it could be that, then you're just talking. And the ironic thing is, you called my explanation ad hoc, and you're just making up stuff literally that you know you have no evidence for, and you have no intention of getting evidence for. That's just an example. What's the point of making up nonsense examples? The evidence here is that you're ad hoc. So how about you give an actual what it is, not just the sun is there and the moon is there. And you can't do that, then can I continue with my explanation of how I know the sun is far away and the rays are parallel?
There's a lot of grandstanding, but
Can I continue?
It's hard to remember what I wanted to
Hey, Stanley.
say because you just kept talking. But so I was just trying to get you to kind of like realize that there's different models that can exist that can explain what you see. That's it. My model.
Yes, and he asked you for an example, and you couldn't give one.
As far as like what I believe to be causing the shadow, I mean there is some relationship between where the sun is and the part of the moon that's lit. I have no problem with that. But this is not something I know anything about because I've never gone to actually travel anywhere close to where you need to go to see exactly what's going on. And there's no way to actually, unless you're God, you pretty much can't know what the light is doing at all times. So I don't believe.
Yeah, we can, because we know the physics of light. We know how light works. We know the limitations of light. We know angles. We know we have the model, which is a measurement of everything around us. So yes, we can fucking know.
The sun and the moon are the sun and the moon that we see. I don't think those are the actual sources, the actual sources of those lights. It's kind of like a laser. Like if someone's pointing a laser at your eye, you're just gonna see like a flash of light in your eye. You're not gonna see the laser. So I don't have any really. I like speculate my own theories in my head, but I don't debate like where I think the sun is and how big it is or how far it is. I was just trying to get you to understand that you just have a model that matches reality, and we can make plenty of those. Like,
so let me ask you this: if you have one model that matches reality, and you have one model that does not match reality, which model do you think would be accurate?
There's hundreds. I just said there's hundreds of models we can make that match the reality that we see in the sky. It's very
No, you don't make a model from observations. You make a model from measurements. Well, observations are part of it, but you don't make a model and then see if it matches reality. That's not what a model is.
simple. It's um your model doesn't. I mean, see. I'm not even presenting a model. I don't have a model. The model. There's no way to know the entire model.
Then you don't have a fucking argument, man. If you do not have a predictive scientific model, you don't have an argument. You don't have a fight. You don't have a dog in the fight, man.
Unless you're God. So we're just arguing like the Earth curvature not being there and the motion not being there. The entire model of the cosmos is something that I just kind of speculate in my mind, and I try to kind of like think of different ways it could be. But there's
Kind of like make up shit to see if it'll fit.
hundreds of models that have worked. Like,
Well, how about let
the
me
model you
ask
guys
you a
use still.
question. So I had mentioned earlier about how the final experiment team, they went to Punta Arenas before they went to Antarctica, and I'm sure you understand that there's people that live in like the southern part of South America, and it gets nighttime there. So we know that the sun's light. Like I understand that flat earthers, like one flat earth perspective is that sunlight only travels so far, light only travels so far. So since sunlight can reach Punta Arenas and sunlight can travel that far, how can there not be how is there nighttime in North America ever when the light can travel farther than that from the sun? So if the sun goes way over there, the light can travel
Yeah.
longer than that. So how does the sun set
Yeah,
like in
I got it.
North America?
I got it. So there's a couple problems here, right? The first problem is that you believe the globe model and that the light's traveling straight and it can only light up these areas, blah blah blah. And then the second problem is you're assuming some flat Earth model. I don't know whose. There's a lot of them. We're not a organization. So yeah, that's. I mean, my position as far like there's no problem like with where light hits if the earth is flat. Like there's no geometric obstruction that wouldn't allow light to hit somewhere. So like I said, there could be a different medium. I don't believe they go to space. You understand that? So I believe that there's like different mediums and stuff that cause all kinds of optical phenomena, anomalies, and basically cause you to see. I mean, you see an apparent position even if like there wasn't like crazy etheric, mediums of like superfluids or whatever. Like
He loves that word, etheric. He loves
like
it.
I theorize, but even just perspective, everything's in apparent position. So this whole drawing straight lines in your globe model only works until it doesn't. Like there's hundreds of examples that we could go through of this light traveling straight for the most part, not comporting with reality at all. You got the Selenilian eclipse. That's the most obvious problem for your model.
No, that's not a problem. The model predicts it.
One of the most obvious problems. You got the equinox.
No, that's not a problem either. See, the equinox is impossible on a flat Earth.
Most places that you during the equinox has more than 12 hours of sunlight. More than 12. You shouldn't even have 12 in the
Say what? No. No place on Earth has more than 12 hours of sunlight on an equinox.
globe model because you can never see the sun's half of the entire sun's circle around you, optically from one point on the globe. That's just your field of view is just there's no way you're going to get 12 hours of sun. You get more than 12 hours of sun during the equinox. You get yeah, there's all kinds of examples I could give.
Right. So I heard you say that.
I mean, more made up shit. You're an idiot, dude.
There's no obstruction to the light, or they would be on the flat Earth. I would agree with that. I heard you say that there could be a medium, and you believe or theorize in different mediums that's causing that. Is that right? Do you have any any evidence of this at all? Have you? Because I heard you say yourself you can't go everywhere, so it sounds like you haven't gone there to find that out. So I heard you say you believe that. So that's so. Is your position on flat earth like a religious belief? Is it just like something you believe? You don't think it's reality?
No, I'm pretty sure I didn't even say I believe anything. I'm pretty sure I just said I theorize lots of different things. So I don't know why you're holding me to any one of my examples I keep giving. I don't have.
Then you're a fucking coward. If you can't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Isn't that the phrase? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
The model here. You have the model.
I think that's it.
I defend reasons why we know that there's no globe curvature and the Earth's not moving. So that's the only thing I'm defending here.
Well, you're doing a pretty fucking shitty job of it.
So,
so it's fair to say your answer is you don't know.
I don't have one. So yes, I don't know. There's lots of.
Yes, he doesn't know anything, but he knows you don't know anything, but he knows you're wrong, right?
Things I don't know.
Okay. So I think that's interesting. Have you ever considered trying to map the length of sunlight at all? Like, do you have any? Can you think of or conceive of how you can do that?
See, I mean, you mentioned the equinox. Yeah, on a flat Earth, it would never be dark. Every day would be the equinox, equal daylight.
That like how you might be able to determine how long sunlight travels before whatever theory you come up with stops it or whatever. Can you think of how you can measure how long it goes?
From where?
I mean, just so let's say from Punta Arenas. So the guys were in Punta Arenas. They know what time it became nighttime. Can you think of a way to utilize that scenario to figure out mathematically the distance of light will travel from the sun, a maximum distance at least at that time?
Then I just have to plug in like different like guesses at how powerful the sun is, how big it is, how far it is. Like I don't understand like what the.
Yeah, that's what you do. You plug in guesses till something works. Yeah, that's exactly how science works.
I don't have a wherever things get lit up is just where they get lit up, and that's all you can know. You can't figure out. You can't look at what like I said, right? If I just show you a shadow on the wall, and like the example you gave me, you're holding the ball. I couldn't see your light source, right? But I guessed correctly, and you can guess correctly at things, but you can't know anything about the sun because you've never been to it. You've never seen where it actually is.
Oh, so you have to go to the sun to know anything about it. We can't observe it. We can't do readings. Measure the oh fuck, I can't remember words today. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean you have to go somewhere to know anything about it? Can you speak French? Do you know that there's a Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy? Do you know that there's a Eiffel Tower in France? Do you have to go there to fucking know that? God, you're fucking retarded.
Is in comparison with where you are in the, omnipresent scale.
This is what I find to be interesting. You said my conclusions or positions was ad hoc and just appealing to my authority. You talked about the MMX paper earlier and was saying how they're wrong about stuff. And apparently you don't even understand basic trigonometry and basic geometry.
No.
So I mean,
okay, that's just like an ad hom.
no. Can I share my pad really fast to show what I mean?
So, but to begin, to do trigonometry, you have to know how the light is traveling, like like whether it's traveling straight or like a wave or whatever.
No, let me show you what I mean.
Yeah,
let me share my pad
God,
really fast.
holy shit. Spectroscopy. Thank you, Karen. Spectroscopy. Fuck. I haven't had any pot today, so I'm about worthless.
Have the
While
proper.
you're doodling math, like, would you
Okay.
agree that science is how you prove how things work, and math is just how you basically just describe?
How about we do one thing at a time? I'm happy to address that, but let me just finish with this so I don't get sidetracked, if you would. And I'm happy to address that as well. Just remind me
Could have
when
addressed
you
it
finish
instead of
this.
saying all that, but okay.
You'll want to turn
So-
your screen sideways, maybe.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know if it
Hold on.
matters on your end. Okay, cool. It does correct
Does
it.
this help?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was gonna flip sideways when you did that
Right.
or not.
So, so we have this. Like, do you, like, well, we already discussed that you can't even think of how to do this. So, I mean, I won't waste time asking you when you're already
It's like
just
at
went off
least
the
like,
rails.
we're at
But
least like
I'll just show you two ways to do.
You're not letting me talk, dude. We're like 7 straw mans deep already. Like it's ridiculous. And you're literally showing me a model that I told you I don't have. So you're gonna draw straight lines. You're gonna pick the size of the sun, the distance of the sun over a flat Earth. You're gonna assume the map is correct. And then you're gonna draw straight lines from the sun because sunlight can only travel straight. I said I don't have a model. I said I definitely don't think the sunlight's traveling straight. And now we're gonna do a trigonometry diagram of all your straw mans and assumptions that I said I didn't have, but okay.
So it's quite interesting. Again, you believe you have the wherewithal to comment on interferometry and how these devices work and you know, all of these different things, and you don't understand that basic trigonometry applies to this situation. Is sad. Let me go ahead and just show what I'm talking about here. And again, I was going to ask you what you think about these things, but it's true you don't know. It's as simple as it is. So the TFE gang, they were in Punta Arenas, right? And it became sunset at that point, right? When it became sunset, the sun was somewhere, and I call this the subsolar point, right? Which is just the point there's somewhere on Earth where people can look straight
right
up
back.
and see that the sun is straight there. And everybody, I think everybody can see my page here. So all I have to do is take, and again, it's not talking about how light travels and all of this stuff. It's just the point that it got sunlight here when the sun was there over that part. You could simply make a triangle here, right? I could find out how far Punta Arenas is from the North Pole. I could find out how far the subsolar point is away from the North Pole. That's just area on the ground. And I could earlier I showed how you can get actually I didn't talk about that, but
Bro,
you can get the angle from.
Who are you
So let me
debating?
just actually finish this one in case people are questioning it. You can actually get the angle of the sun in the sky here, and you can simply do the x squared plus y squared equals r squared, and you can get the distance that light can travel from the sun. Another way you can do it, if you're saying, well, this angle.
Hey, he just has like another presentation time or something.
Another way you
Necessarily
can do it.
presentation, just proving a point. But I do want to say I don't want it to go on too long here.
He's proving he's not
30 more
understanding what I
seconds.
said.
30 more seconds.
Listening to me. Who are you debating
Another way you can do it is just simply get the angle from
Another
Punta
way you can
Arenas
do
of
a
the sun in the
straw man?
sky and calculate it
Doesn't hear,
that
dude.
way.
People, it's a sign of autism. I looked it up. It's a sign of autism, a possible you being on the spectrum if you don't hear while you're talking. So this guy's not listening to me, dude. I don't know who he's debating. I said I don't think the light is traveling straight from the sun. Triangle. The sunlight you're claiming on the flat Earth is traveling straight. I said no. I don't believe that.
Let me ask you something. Does it become nighttime at a certain time where you live?
Oh my god. Bro, what kind of
Does it become nighttime?
You got me, dude. It becomes nighttime, dude. The Earth can't be flat because the sun would have to hit
So
the
that
whole
means
Earth
at a
at the same
certain
time.
point in time, Whether the light,
You're
according
just
to you,
assuming how the
if the
sun should
light,
work.
so that means that at a certain point in time, whether you theorize that the light is curving around in a circle or going in a loop, no matter what you say the light is doing, right? At a certain point in time, it gets night where you are, so the light is not hitting you anymore. And you can find out how long across the earth it goes from where the sun is, a solar point, to where you are, period. The fact that you have to start appealing to it could be this and could be that, this shows is just sad, man. It's just sad. And I hope that you
Can
all who are
you
watching,
bro,
if you're thinking about being a
okay,
flat
okay, this is you're
earther,
just
this is
posturing
how
and
you're going to
you're
be.
ad homing, posturing, you're just gaslighting, and you're just not listening. Okay. Are you gonna keep just pretending like I'm some other
Hey, Petey.
flat earther that just has like a basic Hebrew
Glad you
like
showed up.
cosmology model and thinks the sun's light is traveling straight? Is that what you're gonna do this whole time when you're debating me?
The interesting thing is, in my entire in all the math that I did there to get the distance, I never mentioned whether the light was traveling curved or
You know what?
straight. I just
Okay, what are the three lines of the triangle you were drawing there?
I didn't
Am I
mention
lagging? Or is it...
that the light again. So let me maybe I should
Okay, wait. Pause. Time out. What I asked the question. What are the three lines on the
I'm sorry.
triangle?
They're straight lines, yes.
What do they represent? Each of those lines.
I'm not sure what you mean by that question.
Bro, you were doing trig and you don't know what the lines of the triangle were based on?
I'm not sure what you mean by the question. What do the lines mean or stand for? You can specify.
Okay, when you do trig, right? When you do like if you're doing
Oh, you mean just Soka Torah? Yeah,
you're trying to figure out
of course. I
to figure out
thought you were
the
trying to relate it to something else. I mean, that's what I showed in the second example: cosine, tangent, which you couldn't
that's just
think of applying that. But what about it?
what do the lines of the triangle represent?
Again, I'm not. If you're not talking about Soka Torah, I'm not sure what you mean. You have to specify.
Okay, the bottom of the triangle is distance. The other one is rise over run, right? And the third one is the line of sight, right, to the source of the light, right?
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I had drawn there.
that was the answer that's what I was asking, and that's the answer. So within you doing that, you're assuming that line of sight to the sun is a straight line on a triangle. I'm saying I don't believe that the sun's light is traveling straight. So that is not my model. You can't do trig and within what you believe is going on around the earth and disprove my model. So you can debate that with someone that says that, but I'm not saying that.
All right. I think I've explained it well enough. We could just agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Would you like me to ask? Would you like to ask me a question next? I asked you a question the last time. Would you like to challenge me on something?
I mean.
Oh, by the way, I found a model online. I bought it. These are all the parts for the chassis. Just for the chassis. These are all the parts. The chassis and the body. Some of the body. So I think it should be a pretty fun thing to build, to print and build. So anyway.
I mean, there's so many things. Like, I mean, it's kind of funny that I actually debunked like that Dave McKeegan 24-hour sun time lapse.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, you dumb fuck. You think you did?
It's on my channel.
I
you want to
actually
pull that up? I can show
debunked
you
it.
the repeating cloud in it. They forgot to take out.
I've actually seen your video with that in it. What do you want to say about it?
You've seen my video?
Yeah.
Which video?
Oh, you did 3 videos on the final experiment where you were debunking them.
Oh, you do. I guess
Part 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay. Maybe you did check out.
Yeah, these here.
My channel. Yeah. So yeah, there's a yeah. So I don't believe that's just like the moon landing to me. Like I don't believe that there's a. I don't believe it based on the fact that they're always faking it. So
Okay.
I have a good reason to believe that there's no second 24-hour sun other than the northern one.
So my understanding is you're saying the artifacts you've seen in the videos from the TFE is to you evidence that there's no 24-hour sun?
Well, you heard if you watch my video, you heard that they admittedly admit that they're using that they left a green screen, a chroma key setting on their cameras, right?
Yeah, yeah. Will did, and then he turned it off. But what's your point?
Yes, I'm familiar with the scenario where Will Duffy, if I recall, left the chroma key on and somebody had like a TFE logo on their shirt. He was wearing a blue shirt or a green shirt. Look, it was a while ago, but yes, I'm familiar with, if that's what you're talking about, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, and see if the green screen had been left on and it was capturing a background. See, the background would be the sky and the scene that they were in, you dumb fucking son of a bitch. It wouldn't have been the TFE logo. It would have been what you can see behind them. Jesus fuck, he doesn't know how green screen works, but he's going to debunk it.
Yeah, so I mean, in my videos I show all the examples of that, and then it's basically replacing the chroma keys, replacing everything blue on everybody because it's set to blue because the sky is blue, and that's what they're replacing with a different sky or a compilation of video.
Oh, so then what they saw in the shirt would have been the sky, not the TFE logo, you dumb fuck.
Of the sun circling that area.
Jesus Christ. Holy
That
shit.
sounds nice, but I mean, I'm not an expert on analyzing artifacts and videos. And far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're not an expert at analyzing artifacts and videos.
At anything.
And my point is, so I mentioned the experiment I did where I measured the size of the Earth, and that comports with the findings in because if you have a globe, right, and you know it spins to make daylight and nighttime, that comports with a 24-hour sun being in
Come on, Daryl.
the South Pole, right? If you could see that, right? So, and then when I do my own measurement of the globe and I output the same radius, I output the same uh, uh, circumference, and so on and so forth, these evidences compile to evidence there being a globe. So I don't think, from my perspective, just pointing out artifacts in a video changes the physical world, things that we observe, and the calculations that we make.
Okay. Okay. Pause. I think is that good? I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of straw mans. I didn't remember. I mean, are you listening? I didn't
It's no straw man.
say that TFE being fake proves the Earth is flat. I didn't say that.
Okay, well, I apologize. I sort of reiterated that to you, and I thought I heard a
You
confirmation.
literally
So
said
I
you said
apologize
that the chroma key glitch. You said the chroma key glitch. You claimed I said the chroma key glitches prove that the Earth's not a globe. I never said that. Yeah.
Okay, my
hard to-
apologies. That's why I thought you were. That's why I thought you were leaning towards or hinting at. Do you actually have, like I mentioned? So I held this up, and like I found that it compares with reality. Do you actually have a map of the like? Can you for instance
He's
present
definitely
a
not
map
listening.
right now and that can show, for instance, where they were in Antarctica, and that we can utilize to get accurate distances across the southern hemisphere and things like that?
Bro, you're not listening to me. I said I don't have a map, and I don't
Okay.
claim to have a map.
So how do you think people are traveling the Earth? You're saying the Earth is flat and you don't have a map.
So
But
if I don't have
obviously people have a map because people are traveling around the world every day. So what do you think is going on there?
Do you think there's just a static GPS, a globe map that people use to travel?
So please answer my question and not ask me a question.
Okay, well, so I was about to say that you guys don't use only one map. So I don't have a map. You guys don't, like, the GPS system doesn't use one entire map. You use lots of small coordinate grid systems. They're just local planar maps. They're wrapped up together in the Google Earth. When you zoom out, everything turns into a cartoon though. But when you're just navigating with GPS and other ways, you constantly check. You constantly the GPS is making, like, I believe, like 100 or 1,000 like corrections like a second or something, or a minute. It's like, it's crazy. It's constantly updating to keep you on track. So I mean, you're not traveling looking at a globe. Like, even your toy over there, unless you took off the sticker, the bottom of it says, "Don't, this is just a toy. Don't use it."
No, not all of them do. No, not all of them say that it's not for educational purposes.
Did you take off that?
That's another fucking lie from these assholes.
If I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying that they're not really using a globe, they're using a flat map, and they're like faking it to be like a globe in GPS and stuff.
It's not entirely a straw man. Yeah, that's kind of like what I said. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your evidence of this?
Evidence that the GPS is constantly recalculating and
No,
making corrections.
evidence that they're actually using a flat map. Like, they actually have a map of the Earth that's flat, and they're faking it into being a globe, and
no
that's how we're able to get around, because it really is flat.
You ever travel using GPS and you're seeing curvature in the map you're looking at?
Please answer the question and don't ask me a question.
My question's like answering, bro. It's
No.
hard to talk to you. What was your question?
No, you can't answer a question with a question mark.
Because my question addressed it.
It's not how conversation works, man.
But whatever. What was your question?
You confirm that you said the Earth is really flat. They're really using a flat map, but they're faking it into being like a globe in GPS and stuff. So I'm asking for your evidence of that.
But you don't use the globe when you use your GPS, right? Only when you go
So
on
is it
Google
fair to
Earth.
say you have no evidence of that?
Bro, you're interrupting and not listening, and so okay,
Because you
again,
keep asking me a question. I don't want you to ask me a question. I want you to answer my question.
you're getting a little moody. Okay, so when you use your phone GPS, there's no globe, right? It's just a flat map. Now, when you zoom out on Google Earth, it turns into a ball, but no one navigates using that. That ball that you got, no one navigates with that. It's actually easier to navigate with the Mercator map, because it preserves like the directions. But yeah, so no one's using a globe to navigate. I don't know why. So it's just a
Okay,
toy.
so I understand your evidence is declaring it so. Okay, I got it. So I got it. Yeah. Do you want to ask me something next, or?
What were you saying about interferometry? I think
I was just pointing out
do
that you mentioned it, but apparently don't understand even how just
you
basic geometry and
yeah,
trigonometry
no, oh,
applies
that's
to this
you.
situation.
Yeah, you already said that.
Mhm.
You already said that's just an ad hom. That's just saying I just don't understand.
Okay.
You said that before. So do you agree, like what I said in my intro about how all these ways that you guys measure for Earth's motion require the instrument to already be moving in a vortexual motion?
I mean, I can't really say I've investigated. I mean, I'm of course familiar with those arguments, but I can't really speak to how
Are you familiar?
gyroscopes works. I don't think I could effectively answer that.
Okay, so you don't know how gyroscopes need to be spun. Um, do you know how interferometry or the Foucault's pendulum works?
And by the way, when you're talking
You don't.
about gyroscopes, I thought you were talking about the sort of interferometer type one. I'm familiar in general with how interferometry works.
The it's loud as fuck. So the ring laser gyro has interferometry within it. Most gyroscopes don't have interferometers within them. Ring laser gyro is literally just like I don't even know what it looks like, but within it is a ring a laser ring set up like an interferometer. So it's really not a gyroscope; it's just an interferometer, and they claim, and you can use that to to basically you can use it like a gyro, because like I said in my intro. Um, but so I mean, do you agree like with what I said? A Foucault's pendulum needs to be, you need to start it, right? You need to swing it back and forth. It needs to be in motion first. You
Yeah, that's true.
can't just leave a Foucault's pendulum hanging and it's not going to slowly process like and nudge
Hey, Calder.
to the side, even though it should. Just like if you hang a pendulum in a car and
It doesn't nudge to the side. It swings in free space.
you turn, it's going to move. If you're turning in a car, you don't need to start a pendulum swinging so you could see it process and be like, oh, I'm turning my car. No, with everything for how they measure Earth's motion, the thing itself always has to be moving, and it always has to
Interesting.
be moving in a and it has to be moving in a vortexual motion. And like I said, transformers, induction is induced. The electromagnetic field is induced by making a spiral. So this spiral geometry is everywhere, and they're just basically repackaging the ether physics that they knew because they're hoarding the electricity.
There's no such thing as ether physics, stupid.
Understanding and selling you a globe lie, and you guys don't know how to generate electricity.
So how much force should be on that pendulum? Given that the Earth is a globe and is spinning, how they say, how much force would be on that pendulum, moving that pendulum, and how would you calculate
The,
that?
well, the amount the pendulum is processing, that little precession like difference between each swing, that's the amount that the pendulum should just be kind of like shifting to the side and not be plumb due to Earth's motion. But it's not. When you have to start swinging it, and for the most part, it needs to be a conductive material. Some people
No, doesn't need to be a conductive material. Holy fuck, this guy's dumb.
have said that they do Foucault's pendulum with plastic, which I've said that might affect that even working. People have said that they've done it. I've never seen it. I just, either way, the thing needs to be moving.
All right. So I heard you say, like you said again just now, that it has to be moving every way how they calculate it, with the movement of the Earth. My question is, how much force will be moving that thing, or should be moving it, and how do you calculate that?
For the globe model?
Um, yes, I guess you could say with the globe model, because you said how they do it, it should already be moving. How every way how you calculate it with the movement of the Earth. So how much force, if the Earth, according to you, is flat, so if the Earth was a globe, it would already be moving. How much force would be moving in that thing, and how do you calculate that?
I'm not interested in math at all. I I like science. I like actually like doing scientific experiments and messing with stuff like that. Not interested in math. Like I said, math just describes science. Explains how things work and it proves how things work. You can't prove how something works by just mathematically making
So he's interested in doing scientific experiments, but he doesn't want to use math.
a model that matches what you see.
But you're
So
saying we
like I
should
said,
see the
but
pendulum move.
I
How
yeah,
much
that's
would
my
the pendulum move?
this I already answered this. The same amount that that is the shift between the precession lines.
How much is that?
Bro, I don't know the numbers. It's just, but why would it be different if it was like I said with the car analogy, if you're turning the pendulum is just sitting there, just hanging there. It's gonna go to the side, go to the left when you turn to the right, right? You don't need to swing it and that I'm turning. So that would be the case if you were in a car and you were turning and you swung a Foucault's pendulum, it would precess. But also, if you just hung it there, it would also shift a little bit. Now, with the Foucault's pendulum, it's and when you're not driving a car, for what they claim they're measuring the globe motion, you have to get it swinging. So that's
So I hear what you're saying. If you're in a
they
car,
claim that the
I'm sorry. So I hear what you're saying.
yeah,
If you're in the car
maybe I'm lagging.
and you're driving straight and you suddenly turn, the pendulum will move without you moving it, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, you don't have to.
All right.
Yes.
And you're saying that that the reason why it's not moving on the what we see is because the Earth is flat. If the Earth was a globe with all these motions, it would be moving. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
it's
Okay.
like
But you can't tell
50
me how much it will, what the force is. You can't tell me how much it will move, right? Because the movement that we see when it's swinging, right, is turning a bit because somebody moved it. You're saying that if the Earth was moving how it's moving, we would see it move. So there would have to be a force, but yet you can't tell me how much force that is, and you're telling me I'm ad hoc. So since you have no evidence to back up, let me tell you, because like I said, I'm an early career scientist, right? I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm an
So
expert.
should I leave?
But
Should I? Are you just talking to yourself right now?
I guess if you're not listening, I am. We could just move on. Yeah.
No, I was listening and I was about to respond before, and then you just started talking again in the middle of me responding.
Okay, I apologize. Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was saying because you said like 7 other things.
I think there is just a tiny bit of delay or lag sometimes on your stream there
No,
too.
but I started talking.
Like right there, you got a little
talking,
robot.
and then he
Sorry, but yeah, I mean, floor is yours if you want to take it away there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he keeps saying the same thing though. Like I said, the pendulum should shift at the same amount that it's shifting due to the back and forth swing and the precession that they measure. That's it. Whatever the force is, whatever the amount of force is in your model that causes the pendulum precession amount, that's the amount that it would be pushing the pendulum when it's just hanging there if the Earth was moving. But the Earth's not moving.
Right. Are you finished?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the difference. Here's the difference between your position and my position. You're saying that if the Earth was moving how we say it's moving, it would move. You have no calculations to say you don't even need calculations. You have no values for the force it would be or anything. So that's nothing. In my classical mechanics class, my graduate classical mechanics class, we had to calculate things like the Coriolis force and things like that. Probably couldn't do it right now. It's been a year, but I could refresh myself really fast. And I believe it was in my uh, classical dynamics class in undergraduate. We had to calculate the force from the counter force to gravity, because the Earth is spinning and gravity is pulling down, right? And there's also a force going up from the rotation of the Earth. We have to calculate that. And these forces are tiny. So the math doesn't tell us that force.
See, this is why he'll remain a fucking idiot his entire fucking life, right there.
Force would move.
I'm gonna go get a pillow.
The force will move the pendulum. So for you to come and say no, that's all of science. They're missing it, or they're lying, or whatever. In order for me to take that claim seriously, you will need to come to me and say, okay, the Earth is spinning once a day, according to you, and the Earth is this big, which means that since you have a radius this big, you have this much centrifugal force, and this will be the force from that. And it's going around a solar system.
Can he get a timer?
We can go to timed responses for the last 16 and a half minutes here. That's pretty fair. You're allowed to appeal to the moderator for that. But what I'd like to do real quick, did I hear you say you needed to go grab a pillow? Or
I was just kidding, dude. He just
I mean, he keeps asking you questions and you can't answer them. So he's trying to educate you, you dumb fuck. And you're proving right now why you're a dumb piece of shit. Why you'll never be smart. You'll never be educated.
like he just started
okay.
monologuing.
I thought maybe your chair was
Maybe
uncomfortable.
we should just move to. I mean,
No,
if he
I
can't
was-
have an attention span longer than.
I
mean, how long was I talking? I couldn't have been
but
talking for more than a minute.
it's
We might as well
called-
just go to
it's
question and
called-
answer.
Bro,
We're
now he's talking again.
I mean, what's the
You're
point?
going
Yeah,
again.
we're getting into a little meta there. I'll just start the time responses. I'll give you the first 2 minutes, Daryl. Finish your thought, and then we'll go over to Q. So starts right now.
What I was saying is that if you want me to take what you're saying seriously, you'll need to say the Earth is spinning this fast, the radius is this big, this will give this much acceleration and this much force, and it's going around the solar system this fast, and so on and so forth, and actually show that the force that results from that would move the pendulum that's just sitting there. Short of doing that, then you're just talking, just like you just declare that the maps and the globes are that the maps are faked. So that's why I was finishing right there. But apparently his attention span can't last longer than I don't know how long I was talking for. I'm done.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna reset the time. Go ahead, Q, whenever you're ready.
So this is a tactic that you can look up. It's called stultification. It's he's trying to stultify the audience by just talking endlessly, and we're talking.
Stultification? Stultification. Definition. The act of making someone or something feel foolish, useless, or ineffectually just dead-ended. Right. You're doing that yourself, man. He isn't doing that for you. You're doing that yourself, man.
About Foucault's pendulums, and he just started monologuing and then just like gaslighting me, appealing to his own credentials. I had to keep like trying to remember what I was going to ask him within the topic we were talking. This is ridiculous. I just have a question for him. Do you believe that the globe moving should not cause a pendulum that's just hanging there to move at all?
No, it shouldn't, because you've not put any energy into the system of that pendulum. Are you that fucking retarded?
Not gonna...
You're muted, Daryl.
You're muted, Daryl.
He's probably not answering.
Still muted.
I muted him just so that no one would interrupt each other. I asked you to unmute now.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Starting your time now.
There's nothing in my understanding that says that the movement of the Earth will cause the pendulum to just start moving.
No.
No.
That would defy Newton's first law of motion.
If I'm wrong about that, again, show the calculations. I'm not saying I'm all knowing, but just you saying it is not going to convince me. So.
Yeah, you are wrong about that. You're strawmanning your own model. They claim that there's a tiny.
No, he's not strawmanning the model.
Nudge being caused on the pendulum when it's just hanging there. So I don't need to give you math for your globe model. You're just strawmanning your own globe model.
So, invincible ignorance. Everything you say debunks you.
All right, and let me know when he's finished.
You done, Q?
You're just strawmanning the globe model.
I don't know if you recall.
He's a fucking
idiot. I
idiot.
had mentioned how in one of my classes we calculated the counter force to gravity, which is the upward force from the spin of the Earth. So I'm very much aware that there's an upward force on the pendulum. That's different from saying that the pendulum should just start moving from hanging there. I mean, unless we're talking past each other, you need to actually evidence what you're saying.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a straw man to the globe model. They claim that there is, an effect on the pendulum just hanging there. You just can't detect it. But they claim that they can detect it with certain instruments. You have to trust them.
Yes, we can measure the Earth's spin with like laser gyroscopes, fiber optic gyroscopes. We can measure the spin of the Earth like that. But for the Foucault pendulum, you have to put it into motion before it'll work, dumb fuck. Can your car work without turning the fucking key on? No, it won't, will it? You've got to put energy into the system to drive your fucking car.
But the main thing I asked before, you didn't answer. So do So do you understand now that so now you're saying that the pendulum needs to be swinging. So that's what I'm saying, is that all these instruments need to be moving to detect this supposed Earth motion.
Yes, and that's what the Foucault pendulum does. It won't detect it if it's just hanging there, stupid. That's a plumb bob. Fucking idiot.
I don't.
Oh my God.
I guess my understanding is that uh, uh, when a Foucault pendulum is swinging, my understanding is basically that the Earth swings, the Earth moves under it in essence. And I'm not an expert at that. I can't say I looked at that in detail, but of course I'm familiar with it. So my understanding is that the pendulum starts to swing, and
No, the Earth doesn't move under it, Daryl. It moves with the pendulum, and it causes the pendulum to precess.
the Earth is continuing to rotate. But the pendulum sort of enters its own reference frame and is left behind by the spinning of the Earth, which we see as a counter rotation. That's the understanding of the scenario. So I mean, even my understanding of how, in particular, the Foucault pendulum works is not matching what you're saying, and so again, if you could just show whatever calculations or whatever, then that's fine. But what you're saying does not match with my understanding and what I found.
Bro, keep asking me to show calculations. Like, you're like blowing my mind. This is actually a little bit funny. So what was I gonna say? So what about the pendulum swinging would cause the precession to start happening? Like you said, the Earth's moving underneath the pendulum like stand, so the pendulum like it's precessing because it's in a different reference
I mean, he can't be serious. He can't be fucking serious.
frame. I understand that that's part of the globe model. What about the pendulum swinging would cause it to precess versus it just hanging there? Those two reference frames are still separate. The Earth is still moving. When the pendulum is just hanging there freely, it should move to the side like it is when it's precessing.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So again, I'm sorry. I thought he was asking me a question.
You're done, Q? Yeah, he's muted. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So again, I haven't looked at the into the pendulum specifically in detail myself, but I can give you my understanding of how physics works in this scenario. So the pendulum that's standing still, that's just hanging there, you could almost model that pendulum like a solid object. The Earth spins, and the building is moving with the Earth, and the ceiling is moving with the building, and the ceiling is pulling the pendulum along, and it's all going very slowly. I don't see any reason in there why a pendulum that's just hanging there should start processing like when it's hanging, right? But what's going on is when you start to swing that pendulum, it enters a reference frame where it's swinging in this direction. And the very slow movement of the Earth, the pendulum stays in this reference frame due to inertia, and the Earth moves away from it. To us, it seems like it's processing in the opposite direction. So just expounding based upon my understanding of physics, the inertia inherent in that going back and forth in that direction wants to keep it going in that direction, similar to like Newton's law, unless a force acts on it to change it. But if you look at the way the pendulum is set, only this one little point is actually connected to the building. So that one little point is not enough to have an effect. And if you notice, Foucault pendulums are normally, for them to work well, need to be really big. The bigger they are, the better they work, because it has a strong inertia along that line, and it allows the Earth to move around that pendulum or past that pendulum. So I mean, that's my understanding based upon just my understanding of physics and applying it there. But if you want to point out a reference where I might be incorrect on something, I'm open to that.
Go ahead, Q.
So I think there was only one straw man during that monologue. I didn't say the pendulum hanging there would precess in the globe model. I just said like when you're turning the car with the.
Yes, you did. You said it should be able to process if no one's moving it. You absolutely fucking said that, you pathetic fucking liar.
Pendulum just hanging there. It's going to stay kind of swung to the side in the direction that you're turning, if you're keeping the constant rate of turning, that's what should happen for your Foucault's pendulum when it's just hanging there. I didn't say it should precess.
See, you just said it again.
Yeah.
We can go back to
Jesus
normal
fucking
back
Christ,
and forth if you
dude.
guys cool with it. We got about
Flat Earthers couldn't be honest to save their fucking life.
7 minutes left for the open dialogue. Like that video, guys. Get in some questions for these guys in the super chats. We're gonna go into the Q&A right after. So yeah, if you guys want, we just go back and forth, or we can keep doing this.
It's up to him. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the way it was before, so whatever he wants to do is fine. But I'll go ahead and start responding to that. I feel like I've already addressed this, but perhaps I'm just not being clear. Like I mentioned, how there's the upward force from the rotation of the Earth. There's the force from the motion of the solar system. All of these forces are always there. It's a matter of, do those forces, are they large enough to counteract the larger force of the actual mass of the Earth pulling down on these things? So again, I've never said that there's no force from the motion of. It's just a matter of the acceleration from the spin of the Earth. Is that enough to move a pendulum more than gravity is moving it? So it's a matter of taking the, basically physics works on the net force. So all the forces that's acting on the body, the net force is what causes the motion that we see.
Bro,
So
this is a debate. You're not like teaching a class right now, dude.
then why don't ask me a question if you don't want me to explain? Why don't we just go to question and answer, man? This is just becoming a waste of time.
So you're gonna whine over my turn?
Why would you ask me a question and then when I explain, you say it's not correct? What's going on? We just go to question and answer. This is just, why?
Bro, I was about to try to monologue too, because apparently we're just going back and forth monologuing.
Then let's go to question and answer. We're just going back and forth. Then let's just end this thing and go to question and answer. And maybe the people in the audience will have questions that they want to get the answer to.
I'll take the rage quit. Easier for me.
Alrighty. Did you guys want to do like a 2 to 3 minute closing statement each and fill up the last bit of the time?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Well, so since Daryl is the affirmative on the globe position, he'll go first, and then QOP gets the last word on that. Whenever you're ready, Daryl.
Yeah, you want me to go first? I thought you were saying he was going to go first. I'm sorry.
No, well,
so yes, I hope so. So I'm doing my closing right now, right?
Yeah, you're on the left side. That's usually where we put the I would say affirmative on the globe is the
okay, sounds good.
position.
So hopefully everybody enjoyed. I think for my opening, I presented the evidence of my own measurements and calculations for the size of the Earth. I presented some images from space that was confirmed by somebody on the surface. I presented somebody observing and recording the Artemis craft from space from which they took pictures of the Earth. And for my last slide, I presented the 24-hour sun, as well as looking at given that the sun sets and it becomes nighttime and Pluto arenas at a certain point, we can get some idea of how far daytime and nighttime is across the ground, and we can see that it would still be daytime in America and so on and so forth. Philip gave theories and things that time and again he had no evidence for. So I think it's clear who won the debate if you're talking about evidence and supporting opposition. And keep in mind, if you're a flat earther, you sound like him. If you're thinking about being a flat earther, it's just baseless assertions that while calling the other side ad hoc is amazing. So, I enjoy public speaking, so if you want to come, and I believe MC Toon will have an after party going on, so be sure to check that out, and I'll join them there, and we'll talk about this some more. So, and you can find me at www.darylebegr.com.
All right. Go ahead, Q up.
Yeah, that was actually funny. Him saying that I'm the one making baseless assertions. I literally just steel man his model.
Yeah, you are. You're making baseless assertions. You didn't steel man anything.
I have a couple positions I was defending today. None of them have been refuted. He kind of made my point. He kind of wrote my what I want.
Oh, he made my point for me. Invincible ignorance.
To say now, just by what he said at the end there, that basically the only two things we're only measuring two things, right? Gravity. Well, we're measuring lots of things, but the main see, for me, everything is an etheric. The etheric force is causing all these things: the compass, magnetism, the movement of the cosmos. So for me, that's all one force. But in what he's claiming is that there's only basically a very strong gravity force, and then there's a weaker Earth spin. But the problem is, and that's fine for me, right? Because that proves what I think, that there's these strongest forces are just etheric. But within his model, there's not just two forces, and the spin of the Earth is one of the slowest of all the motions within their model. The heliocentric model has like the galaxy moving 1.2 million miles an hour. The sun's moving like I forget, like 500,000 miles an hour. The Earth is moving like 66,000 miles an hour around the sun, and then the Earth is spinning at the equator like 1,000 miles per hour, which you can't feel. If you drive 1,000 miles per hour in a car and you turn at the rate of the globe curvature, which is what would happen if you were standing on the equator on a globe, that's how much you would drop. it's quite a steep turn if you actually do the math. In the globe model though, you got way more than that. You got the axial tilt, you got the axial precession, you got an Earth Moon barycentric motion. There's just so much stuff going on, and all they see is a little basically fringe shift, which is what's called an interferometry or precession within Foucault's pendulum. And it's only once you get the vortex started. It's like when you start when you like drain a tub a vortex starts and it instantly picks which way
The Foucault pendulum doesn't spin like a vortex, dipshit.
to go, because this
God
contextual
damn.
geometry is everywhere.
Holy shit.
And yeah, so on the globe Earth, you should, like I said, which he actually strawman, because they actually do claim the pendulum that's just hanging there should be slightly deviating from plumb. But yeah, so that was a pretty easy debate. Please check out my channel. Just click my name in the title for my Red Pill channel. Featured at the bottom of that channel, if you don't like flat Earth and like other conspiracy theories, is my other channel, which is blue at the bottom of that channel. And that's my art and beatboxing and my light shows and stuff. If you're interested, please subscribe. Thank you.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for getting through that open dialogue, and we are going to get into the audience Q&A. We have, I would say, good flow of super chats that came in, and we'll try to get through them all in a timely manner. You're both allowed to respond to any that are to the other person. No need to respond to some if they're just saying a statement, or if they're just saying something, like in disagreement that could come off insulting. That's totally up to you to rebut them, give them one back. Just don't TOS the channel. But yeah, you're totally down available to get after anyone who says something you disagree with on there. But keep it short. Obviously, we got a good amount to get to. So we'll start it off with Phil F716 for $10. Thank you, Phil. He says, "I'm not
He evidently debated Professor Phil too.
trying to be rude. I'm asking an honest question. Please don't take it as malicious. But don't you ever feel embarrassed getting on a debate channel and claiming the Earth is flat? Thanks."
Booyaka shot the Globers with the insults, dude. That hurts me, dude. That's a good one. Really clever. Very too clever for me to respond to. God.
Daryl, any word? You want to move on?
I mean, it's sad. That's all I have to say about it.
All right. I'm not going to prompt you every time, so if you do have any little thing either of you want to say when there's something addressed, go ahead and jump in there.
Okay.
That way we're not waiting.
Okay.
As soon as the other person's officially done talking. All right. And then you guys can talk to each other a little bit too, whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, JSS Tiger for 5 says, "Hi, can the flat earthers define the vertex in 2 rays that form a latitude angle on the flat earth?"
Can you? I'm not into math, but you want to read that again? It was
said, "Can the flat earthers define the vertex in 2 rays that form a latitude angle on the flat earth?"
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know exactly, but I'm assuming that he's assuming light to be traveling straight, and he wants me to do the math for that, but I'm actually not familiar with exactly what he means by vertex of those angles.
No comment from me.
Cool. Yeah, that works just to get a quick acknowledgement like that sometimes. All right, so next one up is LJ69 for $2. He says, "Daryl, why is your background CGI instead of a vid?"
Why do I get that every time? Right. Actually, and I do actually have an answer why it is the background it is. Some of my research, I research supernovas. I'm going to be utilizing what's called the expanded photosphere method to get distance calculations for helping resolve the Hubble constant. And so the background that I have the one I think I have on reminds me of an exploding star. That's the one I have on. Maybe I moved it. I might have changed it to the one on the Earth. Did I change it to the one? I don't remember. No, yes, I have the supernova one. So that's why I have that one. It reminds me of a supernova, and that's some of my research.
All right. Next is IC Spin for 2. He says, "For LJ, how does a helicopter levitate in place?" LJ? Oh, was that the previous commentary? The previous commenter was LJ ... 69. So.
Oh, he's actually he said, oh, okay.
I guess he paid money to get a comment response that he might have just been able to tag that guy in. So that's all right. Anyways, LJ then sends $2 and says, "At what height does the vacuum of space start at?" I thought he was going to be responding. Let's get a comment section going in the super chats. That's nice.
And what height does the vacuum of space start at? At this height. At this height, right here.
Is that a question for me?
I would assume,
okay, yeah,
but either can answer.
I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't really know off the top of my head, but you can look that up. I don't know. What is it? 100 miles. I don't know. Off the top of my head. I probably should. It's something you can look up.
The vacuum of space starts as soon as you drop below the atmospheric pressure at sea level. Technically, an air pressure, a pressure lower than the atmospheric pressure around it, is a vacuum.
Sorry, did you ask me to look it up?
No. I was talking to the person who asked the question.
Got it.
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's something you can like Google.
Okay.
Find it out.
Well, that is true. We'll move on. Real Herald for 5 says the only way to resolve this is a beatbox battle. Kiko Pip goes first. Go. He spelled that out.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Q-Op here. I was just
With dashes, so that's why I said it.
Oh man, I can't beatbox, so
He's
Q-Op
debate's
doesn't
over.
do any beatboxing.
That's it, guys. You're gonna have to. We'll do another poll for the beatbox. All right.
I can't believe he answered that. That's crazy.
LJ69 says, how can ships go 17,500 miles per hour safely with people inside?
Because the people inside are going the same fucking speed, dipshit.
Sounds like he's talking about the ISS. My understanding is it's the same way that we can go traveling in an airplane, in a car, and I believe this has been answered many times. It's funny how flat earthers seem to ask the same questions over and over. But the force we feel is from acceleration. F equals ma, not mv. So if you're going a constant velocity, you're not going to really feel that. So it doesn't really matter how fast you're going, as long as you don't accelerate to that point too fast. And what the people do when they go to the space station, of course, there's some acceleration from the rocket when it lifts off. It goes into orbit. Then there's booster rockets that get it faster and faster. So it gets up to that speed gradually so that they don't die. If they were going to die, they were going to die along the way, not going at that steady speed.
Okay, I see now. So one of the chat mods pointed out that question that looked like it was addressed to another commenter was that guy asking that question on behalf of LJ to the debaters.
Oh, what was the question again? The helicopter?
Yeah. How does a helicopter levitate in place?
I guess so. It sounds like you're talking about the
like this. Like this. That's how it levitates in place. You hold the thing in place.
Why doesn't a helicopter get left by the earth? And it's similar to what I was saying about the pendulum. When the pendulum is hanging there, it's sort of being carried along with the ceiling. But when it swings back and forth, it sort of enters a reference frame where it can stay in the same direction. Same thing with a helicopter. If it just lifts up into the air, it still has the same momentum it has before when it was on the ground. So the earth is moving at a certain speed. The helicopter is still moving at a certain speed. So from our perspective, that's also moving at that speed. It all seems to be standing still, but everything is moving along. And and I'm sure if you calculate it very, very, very precisely, there will be a slight movement because it is a bit higher. So the radius is a bit different. So I mean, but the amount will be so small that I don't think it'd be visible unless you have the helicopter hanging there for like 100 years or something. But I didn't do the calculation on that. But just off the calculations I did, I know it'd be a very small. It was only a few feet or a few miles in the air.
You're muted. Queue up.
I know, because like I'm in a VC on Discord with the Icy Spin and Harold super chatted me, like, because he knows I beatbox, and I was just laughing to them that Daryl answered that. It's just his like social skills are like impressively like unattuned.
Yeah, either person could respond to any super chat. There's just whoever it's addressed to. If it's obvious,
yeah,
they should respond.
It was addressed to me. I'm Kiko Pip, QIQOPIP.
First. Yeah, I mean, either way, I do think we should do the beatboxing thing at the end, personally. But we'll get through this first, and then we'll see how bad he really is. All right. I think the next one, since we went backwards a second, was from Bless My Vibe Code. He says Uranus is a wild name. Okay.
I would agree.
That's why we disbarred it from being a planet. Okay.
Oh no, not Uranus. Pluto.
Pluto. Yeah.
They're
We're
standing in the
working on that one next. In the background. All right, Jack Federer for 2. QOP is just a Timu Witsit. Bro, stay in school. I don't think I've ever really watched this Witsit guy. There's some lore here that I'm not aware of. You're muted again, bro.
Yeah, check my channel. I'm like I basically exposed Witsit from the Flat Earth community. Recently I made him cry on McToon's live stream. That'll be in one of my next videos. I exposed Vapegate and all his lies during TFE, and it's been a lot of fun.
All right, we got Even Lord, big supporter of the channel. Appreciate you, sir. For 5, he says, if the Earth is a plane, how is the Lahaina, I think that's Lahaina, is that Hawaiian? Noon, no shadow day, possible in Hawaii? It's observed phenomenon where people in poles have no shadow. I believe that one's for Q.
I believe it was.
No, sorry, I thought.
That's creepy too. If you ever see pictures of that, it's creepy. It looks like you're in a video game.
Sounded like it was for him. What was the question?
If the Earth is a plane, how is the Lahaina noon, no shadow day, possible in Hawaii? It's observed phenomenon where people in poles have no shadows.
I've heard of that. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, I don't have a model. There's the sun. I mean, the light. Lots of things from the cosmos like are very magical in a sense. So like, kind of trying to pigeonhole flat earthers into this like Euclidean flat Earth that you could see Paris from Connecticut, or the sun, if it's small and local, the light has to be traveling straight. These are all just like straw mans. So I don't know where they come up with this model that like they basically what Globers do when they see flat Earth is they think, okay, flat Earth, and now everything the same as the globe model that we believe, because we believe it's it's so basically ingrained in their mind that they really can't. Like, how many times did I have to tell Daryl that I didn't think the light from the sun was traveling straight? Like, it's kind of crazy. It's most of the debates I have with Globers are just trying to explain to them how they're strawmanning me, and they can't not do it. That's why I'm a flat earther. I mean, I was a Glober for a long time.
Do you have an answer on that one, Daryl? I'm
Yeah, I
curious.
do have a comment. I think I say it time and time again, but it seems like his barrier in his mind that won't let me hear it out. I pointed out that whether the light is looping or not, at a certain point it becomes nighttime at a certain location, and that's all we need to get an idea of how far the light travels. So it seems like just there's some barrier in the flat earther mind where they have to go to all this stuff that they have no evidence for to try to avoid just simple observations that disprove them. So it's amazing. That's one reason why I'm interested in flat earth. The psychology of it. It's amazing.
I mean, that's a straw man again. Like, I didn't say like I mean, that's a straw man to both models, because in both models the light changes in many ways throughout the year. So I don't know why you're saying depending on where it is at night. That's like the limit of how far light should go. It's a fluctuating system. It's constantly changing. You have like 3 days at the end of each of the limits of the tropics where the sun gets to, where like the sun basically delays on like switching the other direction. That's one of the interesting things that doesn't make sense in the globe model, because there's nothing that would slow it down at the tropics. And there's also a lot of things that are very interesting about the equator that don't make sense in the globe model. We didn't get to any of those things because he monologues a lot and doesn't listen to me. But yeah, I mean, you got the equator, hurricanes don't cross, equator satellites get stuck. That's where the geostationary satellites are. There's a lot of interesting things that don't make sense in the globe model.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
Say what? Satellites get stuck at the equator? Did he really say that?
Thanks.
All right.
Oh.
Next one is from Bless My Vibe Code. QOP has 376 subs, joined June 10, 2015, 5 videos, 3,321 views. Man, this guy chose failure in life. It's sad to see. It's embarrassing, frankly. He's a knockoff Witsit. Pity.
Thank you. Please subscribe, my fanboy.
That was probably talking about your red channel? You said you had multiple channels, right?
Well, my blue channel, my light show and beatbox channel is I haven't done much with it yet, but there's a lot of videos I got coming out on it. But yeah, the more people subscribe, the more I'll put out my awesome content. If you watch the videos I got so far, it's pretty crazy shit that I post.
All right, next up is JSS Tiger. He says, when you flat earthers say, quote, TFE admitted, end quote, something, stop implying guilt. The green screen setting was an accident and it didn't affect the view.
Yeah, I mean, you need to watch my part 2 of my TFE series. Oh, no, sorry, part 1 goes into like the chroma key explanation from McToon, which I got clipped in there, and how it basically proves my argument, which is that, they're using chroma key to replace the sky. I mean, if you watch my video, it's hard to, I mean, Globers can watch videos and kind of continue believing what they do, but it's a really good video that shows that TFE is definitely fake. And there's actually, I don't know if a lot of people know this, there is a 24-hour sun video that they admitted that they edited. They literally, and it's such a hard thing to like edit. They act like it's like this like simple thing that was just cut and like, aftermath editing. But what they did with the admitted edited 24-hour sun video in Antarctica is so hard to actually do, because they actually lined up an ending that they had to admit wasn't the ending of that 24-hour sun video. So that means like that had to be literally somehow basically blended with the part of that first 75% of the video to get it to look like a real video. So,
no, they didn't.
So it's like, it's so much. They actually admitted to faking that one. So I mean, it's like the Apollo missions for 24-hour sun videos in the South.
Any response? Go ahead, Dylan.
Yes, one interesting thing I heard you say about that, QOP, you said that you observed, or you find, or you believe that they crop the sun from different days to make it look like it's a 24-hour sun. From
Yes,
different
sir.
days they crop the sun. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So that means they would have had to, since it was, so you're saying it was really nighttime there, but they had to get images of the sun from different times of the year and sort of paste it to look like it's a 24-hour sun. Is that correct?
To a certain extent, I don't think that. I only think Dave McKeegan and maybe some other guys were there. I don't think the whole TFE gang was there. I have reasons to believe that. I show that in my videos.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the sun, because if it's nighttime there, then of course it's not. They're going to have to paste the sun from different times of the year to make it look like that from different directions, right? Or how many suns? How many days do they get different suns from?
I don't know. What kind of very specific? How would I know that?
Interesting. So the reason why I find this interesting is,
how would I know that? It's just my opinion. How would I know that?
is the founding experiment people, they anticipated this, and they actually took pictures of the sun, and you can see that the sunspots are there. And I study stars, and I know that sunspots change. So the very fact that those sunspots are there for the whole time, this proves the idea that they're taking images from different days.
When you're done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, if you took it from different times of the year, the sunspots would change, but they didn't.
and sort of mashing them together to try to make it like a 24-hour sun.
I got
So,
it. You made your point. Can I respond?
especially upon
keep
how
going?
flat earthers will spend all
He's gonna
this
keep going. Now
time.
he's just gonna posture and
Let's-
grandstand.
Let's let that be the last sentence, then we'll give a quick response. We got to move on because we're getting tons.
Thank you. Thank you so
And it
much.
frustrates me how flat earthers spend all this
He's gonna
time.
go again. He's gonna go again. Autism.
He just said I could finish the
Yeah,
sentence.
He's on the spectrum.
Well,
Clearly.
I said one last sentence from him. Close it out, and then give Q up the chance to respond as the last word. I just meant you get the last word here.
It impresses me how flat earthers spend all this time zooming in on artifacts and videos and ignoring these wholesale experiments and observations that disprove them. It's so very interesting.
Okay, well, I'd love to get into this. I just real quick, how do you know that those pictures are from the same time that the video was taken? Do you know in movies, when they make movies, sometimes they use sets, sometimes they go to Spain? Do you know how movies are made and that they do that? So if they take a picture of the sun and show you real sunspots, that doesn't mean that the one in the Dave McKeegan video or these other videos of a 24-hour sun time.
Because they had other people all around the globe taking the same pictures, and they match.
That's that sun, because you don't see the sunspots in that one.
And you can compare those sunspot photos to other sunspot photos. Do you know that there's a website that shows you video of the sun 24 hours, 24/7? Did you know that? You dumb motherfucker.
One, correct? So how do you know that that's the same exact time the sun was taken?
Am I understanding you properly? You're trying to say that the pictures that they took of the sunspots, they lied, and the 24-hour sun is like a totally different time, and those are just two separate things. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. Very good.
That we need evidence of that.
No. I didn't say I had evidence of that. I was asking how you know that's not the case.
But you say that's your claim. You say that happened. You're making that claim. What do you mean you don't have evidence for it? So it's just your fucking opinion?
If you want to claim something is the case, then present evidence. They presented the evidence. I accept the evidence. Period.
Would you grant that it's a possibility that they could do that if they were faking it?
No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't.
I'm not going to play this could be this thing game.
No.
If something is the case, present evidence. Otherwise, I accept the evidence.
This is how Globers think. They can't even engage with other theories that they're even debating against. It's amazing.
All right, we got to move on, guys.
Yeah, and you say that you're making a claim and you can't back your claim up. See, that's what dumb pieces of shit like you do.
The guy, this is Mott 26.
Jesus Christ, he's about a dumb fuck.
SGD. I'm gonna have to look that up. Is this real? Anyways, the guy with the LED display has his own theory or of light propagation. Let's hear it so we can laugh about it.
It's way too vague. Theory of light propagation. What aspect of the light propagation are you talking about? Because that's like a huge field and it's extremely vague, so I obviously can't answer it. So you're the joke.
All right. Earthly Skeptic for 5 says, Q, pilots use the... this might just be... okay, no, that was related to you. Sometimes people put Q as question. But this is, I guess, addressing you. Pilots use the globe to navigate all the time. And... oh, ad disappeared. Or the chat disappeared on that. Sorry. L-mod. Okay. Pilots use the globe to navigate all the time. Ask the pilots of Emirates, Dubai, LA flight, or Qantas, Sydney, Santiago flight. Talk to a real, that's all caps, pilot.
I would give that guy hundreds of dollars if he shows me like where in the instrument panel on an airplane there's a globe in the display. I would love that. I will super chat you, sir.
All right, get your channel started so he can super chat you on that one.
Yeah, nothing for me on that.
Jack Feder sends another 5. He says, "Are there just no standards on MDD for who can debate? Watching QOP is like watching a toddler asking daddy questions on the way to preschool." Well, he kind of took a jab at both of us there, didn't he? We do have standards, but we also are here for letting the conversations happen, no matter who wants to have them. You know, we're not gatekeeping the debate sphere. Jim Daniels for 5 says, Bob Nodal, rest in peace, proved the rotation of the globe was 15 degrees per hour with a $20,000 ring laser gyro. Thanks, Bob.
Okay, so I know the Globers aren't listening to what I'm saying, but I established how all these instruments need to be moving. I established the interferometry predictions used to be different. They were changed after seeing it. So now what you see matches what they claim predictions. It's a post-diction. So one flat Earth actor, Bob, who did all these like embarrassing things because he was probably paid to, him thinking that you weren't going to see a procession on that gyro, that's just him basically. I believe he was an actor.
Man, they all have so many excuses for failure, don't they?
If you don't, he was just a wrong flat earther. That doesn't prove anything in the globe model if there's someone who is a flat earther that's wrong.
Yeah, no comment from me.
All right, Mr. E-Man Original sends 5. I think that's Australian, but usually it says AUD, not just A. Maybe Argentinian. Who knows? To Daryl, how frustrating was it for you to debate someone that does not understand that science begins with assumptions?
I mean, I'm prepared for it now. You know, I think it's just sad at this point. I mean, after the founding experiment and everything that was done, it really differentiated. It made a big differentiation between people who want to know and people who don't. And I just think it's sad, man. So
That's
I
a
just wish
sad
him the best,
argument.
and hopefully
It's a sad
he
argument. That's a
starts to
fallacious argument.
look at things more honestly.
Do you want to say something more than that? Or I can move on. All right. Wow, he's made a YouTube channel. QOP's mommy since 5 says, after your play date, be sure to brush your teeth before bed. QOP, sweetie.
Oh my god, I think I know who that is. I think that's MMX. MXXX. Is that
Max?
Is that Max? Please tell me. Please tell me in the suit. Just admit it. Is it
Got
Max?
him. We caught you, Max. I don't know. It doesn't tell me who started the channel. I got their social and everything here when I look at these comments.
Before I forget, may I add one more small thing to that last question that I think I missed that he was hinting at?
Sure. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He mentioned that science starts with assumptions. And the interesting thing about that is science starts with assumptions and then tests them. While flat Earth, especially QOP, they start and end with assumptions. He started and ended with the same assumption, and that's just it. It could be this and that's just it, no evidence. So it's quite interesting, the differentiation of the fact that science starts with assumptions and tests it. And if it does not match evidence and observation, then we dismiss it. And we keep what does. But we see
Wait,
sometimes
Daryl,
they start with assumptions.
Daryl needs a better microphone.
And that's it. That's the conclusion.
Daryl, for a second there, it sounded like you were underwater.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying how the interesting thing is science starts with assumptions
You don't have
and
to
tests
repeat the
it.
whole thing, dude.
And if it's true, if it matches observation and experiment, we keep it. If it doesn't, we throw it away. Where flat earthers, especially
Oh my God, he looks like a fucking toddler in church, doesn't he? Jesus.
They start and end with an assumption. He just comes with an assumption, and that's it. It could be this, that's it. It might be that, that's it. And so it's quite interesting, the difference between pseudoscience and science.
All right, we're gonna move on. Let's see. Earth.
Were you able to hear me that time?
It's like his grandma didn't fill his pockets up with Oreos before service.
Yeah. Earthly Skeptic for 5.
Unfortunately, yes.
Earthly Skeptic for 5 says, Q, swing a pendulum and gently swing the platform it's attached to. Guess what? The plane of swing doesn't change. Try it yourself or watch on YouTube.
It doesn't address anything I said. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, it does. It most fucking certainly does.
Yeah, I'll cover that as well. I think he was trying to. You're going to say it so many times, but you realize he's not going to listen.
I agree. He repeated what you said, and no one's addressing any of my arguments. But that's fine. I mean, for anyone that has like half a brain, like this is pretty childish if they think that you're representing the globe correctly.
Here. We're done on that one.
Okay.
God, what a
Nick,
dumb
7597
fuck.
for 5 says, Q up, ask for a timer. Then when Daryl talks for his time, he says he's monologuing. He won't win anything with hypocrisy.
Yeah, that was after we stopped doing the timer section. He's not paying attention.
I mean, the fact is, you would ask me a question or say, explain something. Even from the very first thing, he was like, explain the distance to the sun. I still didn't get a chance to answer that. And then you interrupted me, and I was like, hold up, I was just making this one little thing to build up to it, and you still kept cutting me off. So I think he's right. You asked me a question, and then you would not let me progress with it. That happened a few times.
The progression that you do is baseless assertion, circular reasoning back to that baseless assertion, claiming that this baseless assertion proves this one. All it circles together, and then you start gaslighting everyone to say that like your credentials matter somehow to you proving your point.
So let's test that. You said what I give is baseless assertions. The first step on my trek towards the distance of the sun was that we could simply look at an object and see the direction of the light source from looking at the object. Did you or did you not concede that that's accurate?
No, I did not concede that.
Yes, you did. It's on the recording. You said the light is up there.
Hello, everyone.
You did concede because you yourself pointed where the light was and exemplified that you can look at the light shadow line of an object and see where the light source is. So you just demonstrated that you're wrong. You're contradicting yourself, and it's just you're the one that's starting yourself is crazy.
Let him respond to that real quick, and then we do.
I thought you meant with the sun. You're talking about the light in your room.
My point was that we can see the direction of the sun.
Why can't you answer what I just said? You can't answer anything I just said. I just gave you two options. I asked you which one you're talking about, and then you just start talking about something. It's amazing, dude. You have bad listening skills, dude.
Oh, so you want me to just answer? Okay, go ahead. You want me to just answer one of the two options? Go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about. What you were referring to. I asked you to tell me what you're talking about.
I just started to explain it, and then you cut me off.
Bro.
So what I was pointing out was simply that you can see the direction of a light source from looking at the light shadow line on an object, which you conceded. So that means you're saying I'm starting with conjecture is wrong. You falsified yourself.
Like you
conceded that I was right.
Hello, you talk so much and you don't listen, and you're not making good arguments. You conceded that there's many ways you can make that direction of light appear on your ball, right?
No, I can see that there's many ways that you can make light appear a certain way. But then I also say that if you want to say that's what's going on, you need evidence. Which we show with the mirror thing. So yes, you can make mirrors look like light is in a certain location, but that's not going to say that's what's happening with the sun unless you have evidence of that.
What is your evidence? What is your direct evidence of space vacuum then?
What is
space vacuum?
What is my direct evidence of space vacuum? I guess you could look at the ISS.
Look at the ISS.
Getting destroyed.
Nice.
It's going thousands of miles an hour. It's not going through an atmosphere. You can look at rockets going into space and seeing how the plume of the fumes expands as it goes up, and then something you to see the light going through space. Those are two things you can look at right there to see that there's a vacuum beyond that.
Would you say that's direct evidence of the vacuum of space?
Also, because we've measured atmospheric pressure up until 0. That's a good way to see it.
Yeah, you're looking directly at the fact that the ISS is going thousands of miles an hour and it's not burning up. So obviously it's not going through an atmosphere. That's direct observation that it's not going through an atmosphere. The same thing with a rocket going in space. When you see that plume getting wider and wider and wider, that's direct evidence of lower and lower air pressure. And then suddenly when it's in outer space, you don't see that
Well, you
plume
said
that's
this
coming
already.
behind it in the same way because it's in
You
a
said these
virtual
two
vacuum.
things twice. You said these. You repeated
All
these.
right, this
same
last
thing
statement,
twice.
we're gonna move on.
That's because you asked me again. What am I going to do? We
Well,
will
that's
ask me
just,
like
so
to reiterate.
your proof of vacuum of space is circular reasoning. Because if someone in the government told you that the ISS is like an airplane that's like a spy plane that you can't see, they have retrofitted LEDs on it. That's the same like size it should be, based on how much closer it is, and it's going faster because it's close. Actually, it'll be going slower. It needs to go faster if it's farther. And they told you that was the case, you would say, oh, the ISS is just this spy plane, and that's how fast it's going, and that's the medium it's traveling in. You have no idea what the ISS is. So for you to claim that it's proof of something is circular reasoning.
So this is important. So make sure I'm understanding properly. You're saying I have no idea what the ISS is,
No,
and
you
it could
don't.
actually just be a spy plane?
Yes.
Anyway, what's your evidence of that?
I wouldn't say I have evidence of it. You don't have evidence to what you believe it is.
So let's be clear. You said what I know, and you have no evidence of how you know what I know. So that's just crap. I'm going to throw that out. I'll tell you what I did. Actually, I took my telescope out, and there was a night where
I've seen the ISS, dude. Yes, you saw the ISS, dude. Why do you saying you saw the ISS doesn't prove anything? We all see the ISS. It's real. Yes, very good. That doesn't, like I said, if it's a close spy plane with a big LED thing, you would see it too. So if you saying you seeing it is proof of something you believe it is circular reasoning. It's it's affirming the consequent.
We are going to move on. I'm sure we'll end up somewhere around there again eventually. Justin O'Dizzle sends $10. Thank you, Justin. Big supporter of the channel. A few other channels. He says QIQOPIP2IA plus likes math and science. Go explore and find us the quote edge end quote of the earth and be the first with photos, smarty pants.
I mean, Globers are predominantly the lefties. So for you to add that LGBTQ stuff at the end of my name doesn't make sense because I'm obviously not a lefty. That's like the closest to like a normie position. Flat earther usually isn't in politics, but obviously thinks everything lefty is retarded and conservative stuff is just a little less isn't it's less retarded. It's not retarded, but still they have their problems.
All right.
I don't think that's what he was actually talking about.
Jack Feder for 5 says strawman adhom monologue presupposing bro. We already have a Witsit. The world doesn't need a cheap clone wannabe. Quick response if you have one. We got so many more that we can bust through here.
He wasn't asking you. You're the clone of Witsit. You have such bad listening skills, dude. You think he's talking about you? You're the clone of Witsit.
Anyways, Nada for 10 says, queue up. Genuine question: is someone shining a cat laser on the wall above your camera? Is it? I don't see anything.
No.
All right. Genuine question. Old Mate 444 for 10 says, to Q-Tip, how are you dealing with being the best of the best and also skyrocketing to the top of Flat Earth? Please confirm the rumor 95% of your subs are ladies.
Wait, what? I don't know if those are like attempts at insults or what, but it sounds pretty cool.
A little bit of both. I don't know.
I like it. I agree.
More comments like
that. I mean, the sad part is it's possible he may be the top of Flat Earth right now.
I've been told.
Jack Feder, tons of super chats from Jack. Appreciate you, Jack. But this one is a little low tier. $2. You are so dumb. Queue up. You could do better.
You're dumb too. Back at you.
See, that didn't go anywhere. Earthly Skeptic for 2 says Q just said, quote, if you actually do the math, end quote. Irony.
Wait, what? He said I said if you do the math? I don't.
If you actually do the math is what he quoted you saying. I don't know.
Obviously.
I'll have to play back the tapes. All right. Jack Feder for 2 says, are you still in school? Q up. If not, go back. Jack really wanted to talk to you today.
I actually went to college and I got a full scholarship and I was hooking up with girls the whole time while you're still paying off your college loans.
What do you got for that, Jack?
Nothing for me.
No, I was talking to the commenter. Montana Flower Farmer for 10 says, there are about 80 space agencies on Earth with roughly 50,000 employees. Can the Flat Earth guy explain how the lid is kept on this conspiracy and to what end?
Sorry, yeah, so I mean, that's a deep question, like how it's kept. So I think it's like all compartmentalized, and I think the highest level of the conspiracy comes from a different species. I believe Anunnaki are basically controlling the world, and we are in like a Hunger Games circle farm. And eventually they're going to set up something like the Matrix and use all your minds interconnected with the internet to, I don't know, you'll be like an AI network for them. And you'll all be fat, and you won't be able to move.
No comment from me.
Okay. Jim Daniels 1532 for 10 says, Q up, the first film of Earth was taken in 1946 and shows a curve. Can you debunk that film, keeping in mind it was a film, not digital, and decades before CGI? Thanks. And then old school clown face.
Yes, for the easiest footage to debunk is the oldest. So yes, of course, the first ones are easily debunkable.
Oh, this is another instance where he makes claims with no evidence. So it seems common with flat earthers, especially QOP.
You believe all the Apollo missions were real?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything I've seen shows me that they're real. Can't say I looked at the Apollo very closely, but
Well, watch my.
I looked at, for instance, MC Toon's assessments of it, and he breaks it down pretty thoroughly. So
But watch my channel where I get everything wrong.
I think, and plus we have a reflector on the moon that we could send lasers up to. I've seen demonstrations of using that. So there's a reflector that you left on the moon.
Yeah. You could do the Earth Moon bounce without the reflector there, right?
Yeah, you can, but those are two different things.
I guess my understanding is you can do the bounce to a certain extent without a reflector, but just like how you could bounce right off a wall and see it, it'll be more
So
effective
how do you know
with
the
mirror.
reflector's there?
So what's that?
So how do you, if you can do the bounce without the reflector, how do you know it's there?
Because we can shine a light at from any angle to the moon, and it will come straight back to where the light left from. Right? If you got a here. Just gonna do a flat surface. See, if you have if you're trying to reflect light to the moon and back, you would have to be here, and you'd have to be completely perpendicular to the moon. But see, the thing is with retroreflectors, right? If you're shooting a laser to the moon here, that light will come back at this angle, right? The incident angle. But with a retroreflector, the light comes back to here. That's how we know.
Well, my understanding is you could tell the substance light is bouncing off of by the nature of the reflection. So the reflection off of a mirror is going to be less focused, less precise, because the way these reflectors are designed, they're designed so that if light hits it from any direction, it bounces back to the exact same direction it came from. So if you're hitting the surface of the moon versus hitting.
See, I ain't stupid.
The reflector, and of course, if you have
I ain't no dummy.
light source that's not bright enough to come back from the surface of the moon, then you're not going to get anything unless you hit the actual reflector. So
but you haven't done
that's how you would know, either by the nature of the light that bounces back or the fact that you don't get anything back because your light is only bright enough to be fully sent back from the reflector.
Right, but you haven't done any Earth Moon bounces, so.
Well, like I said, I've seen demonstrations of it, so there's recordings of demonstrations you can see that I find to be valid. So, but you are correct. I've never done that myself.
Hey, dipshit, you don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to.
All right, we're moving on here. I don't know if you guys have hard caps on time, so I'm trying to get through all of them best I can.
I'm good. Yeah, I made sure to free this night, so I don't know what QOP is doing, but I have many questions if you have. I'm good for it.
I appreciate for 10, thank you. If geodesic refraction vectors are phase locked to the harmonic inversion of the celestial datum, how do you reconcile the anisotropic horizon gradient with recursive angularity of zenith convergence?
I think he's trying to
he's mocking you.
Repeat something Shane and Alan has said or something.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just.
That just sounded like how you were talking
joking.
in your opening, actually.
I believe that's.
Yeah, he's mocking you.
That's either Mordwand or someone trying to pretend. I think that's definitely a quote from like Alan or Shane. Or
well, I understood that perfectly, but it wasn't directed to me. So, anyways, we'll move on.
Right.
MC Tune for 2 says Kiko Pip is the humblest goat. Rest in peace, Flat Earth. You know this guy.
MC Tune.
MC Tune. Yeah, I think I hosted one with him not too long ago. That was fun.
He's one of the TFE gang.
Oh yeah, the mighty TFE gang. Much respect.
McToon actually told me in private that they didn't go and it's all fake. So I'm gonna be on a stream next.
Yeah, you're a lying fuck. You're a lying piece of shit, motherfucker.
That would be fun. Justin O'Dizzle says 69 miles into space, I think was when you asked when does the vacuum start or something like that.
Oh, thanks. That wasn't too far off. I said 100 if I remember right. So yeah,
I think he's
rounding
I think he's joking. I don't know.
generously.
You might want to fact check him.
That sounds. It's ringing a bell. I remember seeing 70 somewhere. But I just don't remember. I just don't choose to memorize facts like that. But I know I ran across it before.
All right. Jack Fetter says QOP is too dumb to even understand sarcasm.
Bro, Jack Fetter, like
That guy is.
he super chats on McToon's stream so much, like to talk to me. Like I should start getting a cut from his super chat.
Called a contract, bro.
By the way, I think he's referring to, at least he could be referring to when the guy made the beatboxing comment, and I was like, yeah, he's going to win that. I mean, I thought it was just a fun thing to respond to.
Don't worry, Daryl.
So,
we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to the beatbox competition. Don't worry. I know you're excited for it. So, Justin O'Dizzle again for 2 says, "Oh, Sue QUQO2 IA plus." I feel like I have to read the whole thing every time. It's not really a way to pronounce that. Answer is just quote magic. Gay.
I don't think I said magic once.
Well, you didn't say the word magic, but you do.
Yeah, you did.
You just make up stuff, which another word for making up stuff is lying. I guess lying to yourself is delusion. But I didn't see you present any evidence for everything, even though you made up a bunch of stuff.
What did I make up exactly?
All of it.
Review the stream and you'll see.
Oh, okay.
Well, there was a super chat towards the bottom here. I'll just skip to that one real quick. Earthly Skeptic for 5 says, Q, when this vid is published, I'll comment with timestamps of you dismissing math and then saying, quote, if you actually do the math, end quote. What a hypocrite. And then he does the face palm emoji.
All right. I mean, I don't think I said if you do the math. But if I did, it's probably not. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the globe model is all mathematical, so it's an internal critique to debunk the globe model with its own math. So it's possible I made that argument. I don't know. I don't think I did.
So we got Mr. E-Man Original for 5 saying, to queue up, if you don't have any model, how is anything a straw man? Which is, in parentheses here, misrepresentation of claims.
Yeah, well, it's like if someone, let's say, it's like a false dichotomy, right? The flat Earth model that Globers believe is the model, and then the globe model. That's not the only two, the two things that are being debated against. So, like, I've got like an etheric, like, flat Earth position. The model itself isn't completely like created because I don't have enough information. But yeah, it is a straw man. If someone's like an atheist, right? It's a straw man to say like, oh, you're saying, there's a false dichotomy of like, Christian versus Muslim, and they're like, I'm an atheist, and they're like making arguments against a Muslim. So you can't straw man someone that doesn't have a position, because atheists obviously don't really have a position in that stuff.
The progression I found with this is I actually first started engaging with flat earthers in 2018. And back then they would actually make direct claims, because just like how I did with the trigonometry, you could make observations and do trigonometry and figure out stuff, but then it would keep getting proven wrong. And they say, well, the sun must be this high, so it must be this big because the angular size, and they were proved wrong from that. And then they say, well, this must be the case from what we see, and it was proven wrong. And it seems like over time, after they were proven wrong and wrong and wrong, they started to become more and more etheric and ephemeral and woo-woo with the explanations, to the point where I don't have any model, which means you can't prove anything wrong. So it seems like the people that want to hold on to their delusion, they just step farther and farther away from things that can be disproven. They can hold on to that delusion. So it's amazing to see.
You gotta look up like posturing and grandstanding, because you don't have to add that to every supposed argument you think you're making. I mean, the ether is the oldest, like literally the ether. I mean, the word ether is in everything. I'm going to do a video on the AE model and the ether all in one. And ether 8, the infinity symbol, like
the infinity symbol isn't ether, dipshit.
The ether is everywhere still. So you saying that the ether is like a new ad hoc explanation from like modern flat earthers is kind of crazy. There's a lot of other things I want to address, but these are just questions. So.
All right, next one.
To be clear, when I said that word, I wasn't actually referring a specific thing. I was just trying to infer stuff that can't. I was just trying to infer stuff that can't be proven, that can't be determined by evidence. Like you have no model and you can't test that.
Okay,
So
well,
when I
what
was
was the
saying ephemeral,
Wait, are they in the same room? Watch Daryl.
referring a specific thing, I was just trying to infer stuff that can't.
See, something falls to the right, to his left.
I was just trying to infer stuff that can't.
And then Q-Op looks to his right to see what it was. Isn't that weird?
I was just trying to infer stuff that can't. I was just trying to infer stuff that can't be proven, that can't be determined by evidence. Like you have no model and you can't test that.
okay,
So
well,
when I
what
was
was the
saying ephemeral or just things that can't be proven
okay,
or
but you know
disproven
how
with
you're
evidence, you don't have any model, so you can just believe whatever you want.
okay,
That's what
so
I was saying. You
was
can't
the
be
Earth
disproven, so you can hold on to stuff.
was the Earth not a globe when they used to think the sun was closer?
My understanding is they did think the sun was closer at a certain point,
Yeah, it
and
was
and
the
the Earth
Earth.
was a
So
globe
the
at the
the
time.
globe is debunked because the mathematical model changed. Is that your argument? That if any community had a wrong theory before and it developed into a better theory, that somehow you just harp on them having made bad theories and that disproves their entire model. So the Earth isn't a globe because the distance to the sun has changed over time and all these things were added and discovered or whatever.
No,
Right,
that's not the
I'm
way
just
it
using your
works.
argument. Just using your argument. So flat Earth and globe debunked because everyone's kind of learned. Learning disproves the thing that you believed while you were learning. That's your epistemology.
Well, no. See, I think we're talking about two different things. If you say that the sun is local, it, that could be definitively disproven. Um, uh, but the sun being 80 million miles away versus 93 million miles away, that does not substantially change the nature of our relationship to the sun. One of the most striking examples that come to mind, if I could have a minute to delve into this, because I find it interesting.
We'll take it down.
Hubble, he first calculated the expansion rate of the universe using supernova. But at the time, he didn't understand that there were two different types of supernova. So he got his distances wrong. And his calculation of the expansion was off by about 500%. Yet he still got the Nobel Prize because he did calculate that expansion. But now, since we understand the difference between those two supernovas, we have a more accurate understanding of the rate of expansion, but the universe is still expanding. So it's along those lines. That's different from being totally wrong about the shape of the Earth. It's not flat. So that's like throwing it away.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on here. We're almost done. Unless anyone wants to get some Hail Marys in before we close it out. This one here is from Basil Problem, our favorite oppositional super chatter. He's very good at finding a way. So Basil Problem says, at Daryl, how do you reconcile Duffy's quote great polar exploration with the fact that he is a young Earth creationist?
You know, I am aware of talk of that. I haven't really spoken to him about that, but people have religious beliefs. So
I have a position on that. So my prediction, hopefully Duffy doesn't hear this because then he'll change what his plan is. But I've already seen a video where he's like pretending to be open to like different things he claims to believe. I don't think he's a Christian at all. So I think it's just it's called controlled opposition when they play a part and then they slowly diverge from that part to get communities to kind of think that, oh, we also need to follow this Christian who's going to believe everything that the mainstream says, which is what I've witnessed them doing within Flat Earth, having these actors that pretend to like switch to dual pole or to believe in the 24-hour sun when I constantly prove that it's um you know that it was faked. But that's all in my videos. Please check it out if you're at all open, not if you're a closed-minded glober like this guy that doesn't even listen when someone uses a different name and he answers.
So don't watch my videos if you can debunk me. Watch my videos if you're a gullible piece of shit like me. Very good.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Yeah, well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 5 or 6 questions left. Justin O'Dizzle sent another 5. He said, "Hey Q, you ever been to Anchorage? Have you ever gone anywhere interesting in your life?"
That last
Yeah,
part
but
actually was a period at the end, not a question.
I know it was sarcastic, but I guarantee you I've been to more places than you have.
Oh, Justin, what do you
I don't think that was sarcasm. He doesn't know what the word sarcasm means.
think about that, Mr. Dizzle? Okay. Next one is Jack Fetter trying to maintain dominance here in the super chats. He said the unedited raw video from the 360 cameras is available from TFE. QOP is a liar, and his quote proof is just made up gibberish.
Yep.
Well, I call. So there's a couple of videos that were like, kind of what do they call it? Like a beta test that they kind of yeah, and then once they put out the raw footage, like it's way better. So I mean, they just got rid of all the glitches and claimed it was all because of upload artifacts and stuff like that.
Daryl?
Oh, no comment.
Okay. Next up is MC Tune. For 5, he says, this was a bad day for FE, but Flurfs can repair the damage. Email James and tell him you want to take on the Globe final boss, MC Tune.
That's right.
Globe final boss. I guess it gets you some boss music.
I already beat that. I beat that final boss almost every day.
Alyssum Aviation
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
for 2 says, QOP, can you show us a functional FE based map?
How would you test if it was functional or how would you use the GPS to
If it matched reality, dipshit.
travel? So the only thing you're gonna do is compare it with the GPS and say, oh, the GPS says I'm on a ball. Like that's it. That's all you're gonna do. You're not gonna actually survey all the topography and create an actual map by measuring somehow how far you're traveling without using the GPS. So it's just completely circular when people don't know what the GPS is actually doing. So you want to believe that because Google Earth zooms out into a ball, that you're trusting that it's that ball, that spherical curvature is actually within what they're accounting for within the maps and everything.
Yeah,
you don't know how.
we absolutely do know because we know that Google Earth, Stellarium, any app like that uses the heliocentric model and the maths in its source code.
The actual GPS software is working.
It amazes me that this person asked about testing if a map is functional, a flat map. And first off, he doesn't even know how you can. That would be the simplest thing. You
Have you
take
done?
the map and
You've done
travel the Earth and
cartography?
see if it's
Tell
ever.
me.
He said he can't think of how you can test if the
Tell me when you've
map
done
works.
cartography before.
Then he went to GPS. Then he went to Sphere. It's amazing how these people avoid the simplest and most direct things to hold on to their delusion. And the fact is, if there's no way you could even consider how to test a flat map on a flat Earth, you have no business talking about interferometry and saying the scientists apparently they can't calculate gravitational forces because the pendulum should be moving even though you didn't do any calculations. It's crazy. It's absolutely is wild, man.
Yep.
So you've done cartography before?
I
Have you?
haven't done cartography, but I know that if you have a flat Earth and you draw a flat map, you can simply walk the Earth and see if it matches to see if it's functional.
But you realize the only flat.
That's not hard.
Hello. The only flat Earth maps we have are globe projections. So they assume everything about the globe claims.
Talking about.
Yes, they're all globe projections of the globe, dumb fuck. That's what a flat map is.
No one here, no flat earthers or globers are making maps. None of us. You're in the same ball pin.
Actually, I can say without fear of contradiction that when I was in the Army, I took part in making maps. I was a photographer in the Army, and the aerial photography that we got in from the F4s that flew, that took the imagery, we would process the photos and then send it over to the cartographers, the map makers in the same building that we were in. So fuck off.
That's why flat earth is crap. He's one of the many reasons why it is. And it's going to continue to be crap. Just like Darwinism now says, you're going nowhere. You're not making any amounts. You're not
It's
making any
amazing.
discoveries. You're
This is
not
what
producing anything.
this is
You're
what's
just making
amazing
these
about
delusions in your
Globers.
head and sitting there.
Globers. So I was a Glober too, right? I can look up things and just like parrot them back. Like, and you guys think that somehow this model, this entire model, and all the answers to everything has been given to you, and it's correct because you'd hate to believe that the internet is feeding you, misinformation by people that are taking advantage of you and lying to
The model matches reality. That's all you need to know.
you. But you haven't done any of these things you want flat earthers to do. You want us to like discover like how the everything in the cosmos works and the distances and the amount of energy output and where it should the light should cut off. It's like it's crazy. You haven't done any of these things that you want us to do. It's you guys are all the same though. It's very bizarre.
It's interesting that so there's things that I didn't do. Like I didn't fly an airplane from Sydney to the next continent over and see that happens. But people do that. You see what I'm saying? So I find that one of the things that
What
flat
does
earthers
flying an
do
airplane
to
do?
maintain their delusion is they avoid all the people that actually do stuff. They avoid talking directly to them. They avoid addressing their papers. And you seek people who don't know so that you could pretend that them personally not knowing means it's not being done. I believe if you were really honest about wanting to know the truth, if you think there's something I don't personally do, but if it is being done, it would disprove the globe, you would go talk to somebody who does it.
So
You
you're
don't do
saying
that. You just want
yeah.
to
So
try to
you said flying.
find something that
Okay,
people don't
monologue.
know.
Monologue.
You can pretend that it's wild, man. That's
Oh,
all I have on that.
that's all you have? That was a monologue. So you're saying that flying somewhere is like measuring the globe map. So then why are there flat earth pilots if flying places proves the GPS?
Well, first you'd have to evidence these flat earth pilots, and then we can go from there. So what we can do
And
is we
if
can
there
come.
was, then obviously them flying somewhere wouldn't prove the
You said
ball.
if there was, they're not.
Yeah, let's just assume no, there obviously are. But I'm just saying you
There
don't
are. Okay, so
believe
evidence
there
those,
are.
and then we can go from there.
Great. Okay, so if there is flat Earth pilots, then what you said about planes flying different places prove the globe model is incorrect. It's not a good argument,
Say that one more time.
bro. Whatever. There's flat Earth pilots, and obviously flying places doesn't prove the map.
All right, I gotta
No, there's no flat Earth pilots.
move on, guys, because if we don't wrap it up, people will start sending very small super chats to drag this out till 1 a.m. Which I obviously would end it. I'm just joking, but I do want to kind of put a cap on it here soon. A little bit after 10:30 maybe.
And in case I forget, by the way, excuse me, in case I forget, Mott 2694 says his second super chat wasn't read. So I don't know if you read 2 from him.
Mott?
You want to check that.
I don't remember seeing that one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we haven't got there yet, bro.
Okay.
I was probably one of the next ones. What's that? So next one was JSS Tiger for 5 says, when will flat earthers learn how to quantify forces and acceleration so they can know how big or small the effect is? You're muted, Q Op, if in case you were saying anything. If you weren't, I will move on here in just a minute.
Way too vague.
Okay, well, I can answer that if you can't answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
It seems to just fall in line with the maintenance of the delusion. Of course, he hasn't demonstrated he could even do the math. But of course, even if you do the math, if it doesn't show, you're going to get a definite answer. And so they stay away from that. But again, I mean, I can't tell he can do basic trigonometry to see that you could look at where the sunlight ends and see its distance across the earth and so on and so forth. So you see, these people I found in the years of talking with them, they can't do the math anyway, and in their delusion they wouldn't want to anyways because it'll contradict them.
Bro, it's like I addressed everything you just like claimed is like proof of your model just now, and you basically. I mean, we didn't talk about that many things because you don't listen, you don't respond to anything I say. But
What
you
didn't
just
I
keep
respond to? I
repeating
can respond now.
No, like I said, like with the trigonometry thing, like I don't think the light's traveling straight. You think like
I did respond to that.
you just claimed right now that I would have to know how to do trigonometry to prove something about my model, which obviously would be a straw man.
I'll repeat what I said before to address
Please,
that.
please
And
don't
anybody
please
can
don't
go to
repeat
the
anything.
stream and find. I said whether the light is going in a loop, however it's curving. I asked you, does it get nighttime at a certain time? You said yes. Well, I said, well, then you can know that the light is ending here, and you know the sun is at a subsolar point somewhere, and you can go from there. It doesn't matter if the light is looping, moving. We know from here to the subsolar point, and you can go from there. Doesn't matter how the light you say is moving in between. We know it's going from here to there, and that was my point. So you're the
Okay,
one that's
and
not
like
listening, not me. I did
Well,
respond to that.
real quick,
Try
Mot's
again.
question that he thought I skipped is related to this topic, so I just want to go ahead and read this in case you guys are kind of circling around what it might also pertain to. But he said for 1498 Singaporean dollars, I just looked at what SGD was, so that's 11 in USD. Can a LED guy explain how light from any source travels? Oh man. Through space and reaches an observer? Can light bend around walls? Does light not appear to travel in straight paths when casting shadows?
Yep.
He's just scattergunning so many vague things. Like I don't understand what his point
Light traveling in a straight line is not a vague thing.
even is. Like
I think he's asking, can you evidence that light does not travel in straight lines?
I mean, light doesn't travel in straight lines, like in either model.
Yeah, it does. Most fucking certainly does.
All right.
Earthly Skeptic
God damn, what a
posted that one
dipshit.
about him posting the
What a dumb motherfucker.
timestamp. Sorry you read that. Cassetio for 5 says, explain how the sun doesn't change size when it sets.
So just like I mean, it does sometimes. It's not. It's hard to like. So you have you have a limit to how far you can see because of like the
No,
the
you
pressure
don't.
gradient, all being along the
What?
surface of the Earth. So you're always going to get a cutoff, and the sun is just going to set instead of like having like a Euclidean flat Earth perspective where like it would get smaller and smaller and just kind of disappear into the smallest dot.
How come
That's
we
not
never see it
possible with
get
refraction
smaller
and
and
the
smaller?
pressure gradient we have.
How come we never see it getting smaller and smaller, dumb fuck?
So the main thing is like if you're driving, like picture like when you're driving like towards a mountain. If you look at the mountain the whole time and you're like driving towards it, it pretty much doesn't change the same. It's like the globe model with the sun being a different size at one point of the year. You can't tell the difference because it's so big and so far. So it's the same thing for both models. It's too big, too far to notice a angular size difference.
The sun doesn't change when the sun sets because technically it changes very, very slightly because the distance from the side view to the sun to nearest the sun, there is a slight difference in distance, but that difference in distance is infinitesimal compared to our distance from the sun. So the sun effectively does not change shape, size, because the Earth is a globe and is spinning to make day and night, not moving around in a circuit over the Earth, which will cause a drastic change in size with the local orb moving away from us like that. So it's direct evidence that the Earth is a globe.
All right, 2 questions left, and then we'll wrap it up for the evening. Appreciate everybody. We got Elysium Aviation again for 5. Don't need GPS to test distance traveled. Queue up. We plan our flights based on the globe. It determines how much fuel we require for our trip.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the globe map is made to work. So, but you don't know how it's contorted. Like if you could be open minded to like them lying to you, like it could be obviously warped in different ways. I think most of the problems I believe are within the southern hemisphere, and that's where you find a lot of the inconsistencies with the symmetries of the globe model and the map, and where you're not allowed to travel and those kinds of things. So for the most part, it might just be that the area that we live is kind of warped to look like it would on a globe, but it's not. That warping is not actually there, and the GPS is just correcting for the fact that it's the maps are a little that you're given are a little bit different than reality.
All right, Daryl, if you want to do a quick response, and then we'll get to the very last question here.
Sure. We see again and again, flat earthers just have to lie to support their position. It could be this, it might be that. And when do you make up stuff like that? It could be this, it might be that. No evidence. When you get to the brass tacks of things, people travel from here to there. There's a certain amount of distance, takes a certain amount of fuel. We have those distances because the Earth is a globe, and we map the globe. Period.
Do you know
And
what
lying to yourself is still lying. It's just delusion.
Can you tell me what lying means?
Lying is when you state something that's not true. That's what lying is.
No, that's making a mistake and being wrong. What is lying?
I just answered that for you.
Lying is when you know it's not true and then you say it.
So you know it's true that those things that might be the case might be the case?
No, it's called a theory.
Okay, so you don't know they're true.
So that's theory. What I did is theory. Lying is okay. We got it. You don't know what lying is, and now you do. Very good.
Well, we disagree. Well, we can.
So he doesn't know what a theory is either. Doesn't know what a model is. Doesn't know what a theory is. Doesn't know math.
Agree on what lying.
No, we can't disagree on, we can't disagree on definitions of words. We can't.
When you have no evidence that is
you
this,
have to learn what lying means because you said I'm lying many times.
Yes, I do. And I still hold to that. When you say it could be this, and you have no evidence that it could be that, you're telling a lie. You're telling something that's not true.
This is a symptom of being on the spectrum.
Last question.
We'll never disagree.
Last question here is from Justin O'Dizzle. He says, so the flat map projections of the globe has created the civilization we have today. Got it. What dysfunctional cope?
Say that one more time, please.
This was more to Q. He said the flat map projections of the globe has created the civilization we have today. ... Got it. What dysfunctional cope?
I don't know what part of that is sarcastic, but I didn't even claim to have a map. So it's amazing how many things I started with saying at the beginning that I still had to debate because Globers, they don't have many arguments. So if my opener addresses how I don't have the position that they claim I should have when they debate me, because they don't have anything, they've got to just pretend like I didn't say everything I did.
No, he's referring to, I believe he was referring to the fact where earlier you said that they're lying about the map they're using. They're really using the flat map, but they're lying to make it seem like a globe. You said, yes, that's what you think they're doing, but you have no evidence for it. He's referring to that saying, oh, you're saying that they're projecting the globe to me, the flat onto a globe, and that's the basis of our maps and everything. That's what he's referring to. That you're saying that they're taking a flat map and projecting it as a globe. That's his way of phrasing. You're saying they're lying and it's really flat, but they're making it seem like a globe. But we use that according to you. It would have to be to get around because they're getting around. That's what he's referring to. And I do think it's funny.
Justin O'Dizzle tries to make people laugh. I could say that. I believe, yep, that's it there. I don't see any other one, so we'll go ahead and call it there. 10:30 on the dot. 10:31, right as I said that. Can't be right. All right, so we do appreciate everyone in the chat. We appreciate our debaters here. Just three quick announcements. If you are in LA and you're interested in a group debate on religion, sign up in the link in the description box below. Phoenix and Vegas as well. It's not on the sign there, but go ahead and try to sign up for that if you're interested in doing that. It's going to be fun. Next on the docket here is we do have DebateCon 8 coming up in July. We have a TikTok channel now, so there's some juicy clips posted on that of some of the debates. We do have a Facebook page if you're boomer maxing. And then we got our sponsor here, Yonaguni International Cuisine in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Sideshow Bob owns this, and he helps out with the conferences. He helps with the moderation live. Overall, very cool guy, and you can meet him at DebateCon 8 in Dallas. So that's coming up. We thank him for the sponsorship. And last but not least... Let's see. No, that's all the ads there. Perfect. All right, guys, you guys want to give a quick shout out to your channels? Daryl, go first, and then Q, you can go ahead and close it out.
What's fun? That's DarrylLeeBerryJr.com, DarrylLeeBerryJr.com. Hit me up, and I hope y'all enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for having me, MDD and James. That was an easy first debate on here. I would like to get to some of the better Globies. McTune's pretty good. Ruhif, I'm calling you out. Andrew Wilson, I also want to debate you on Christianity and all kinds of other things. I feel like Andrew Wilson debates a lot of the easy, low-hanging fruit.
Ruhif will wreck him.
I won't say the gender that he usually
Ruhif will fucking emasculate him.
debates. Not that they're not as equally as competent as us. I'm not making that claim. But yeah, check out my my YouTube channel. You can click my name in the title, QIQOPIP. If you're a Glober, you like laughing at flat earthers, you can subscribe to get those updates. Or if you're open to flat earther, please check out my channel because my videos, for the most part, the TFE series have been addressing a lot of the controlled op fake models and positions and things that they're kind of trying to use to basically psyop flat earthers into having ridiculous beliefs, like upward moving flat earth. That's the most basic one that they want people to be saying so that everyone thinks flat earth is retarded. But yeah, so thanks for having me.
Dude, you don't need any help.
Right. And I know Daryl thought I forgot about this, but we're now moving into the beatbox section before we close it out.
I can see that he won the beatbox portion.
You're gonna talk over my beatbox, and I was about to.
Oh, I didn't know you were actually doing it. Joking. Yeah. I mean, I'll give you a solid 25 seconds if you want to show the audience what they're gonna find over on your channel.
Well, I don't have any beatbox videos yet, but
okay.
Yeah,
Can't hear that.
Sounds great.
Becoming, probably, I don't have.
All right, I think we're done. So I'll be doing Q-Pop tomorrow. We'll go over his 3 videos. He has 3 videos on his channel. He's just massively prepared. Actually 4. He's got 4. This one's Black Hole Sun. Yeah, he's an idiot. And this is just a music video. But yeah, these 3, we'll go over them. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later. MC Tune's having the an after show, so have fun. I won't be there.